It's a perfect day for baseball at Stony Brook Field here in Brewster, Massachusetts. And tonight, the YD Red Sox visit the Brewster Whitecaps. Hello, everyone. Brandon Pelter here with Dana Gray. And Dana, two teams in the East, but on two very opposite ends of the scale. The Red Sox, number one with 27 points. The Whitecaps with just 10. They only have 4 wins so far this season.
Yeah, it could not be two polar opposites of teams, and both teams trending in different directions. The Red Sox have points in 4 straight. The Whitecaps have lost 3 in a row, and these are two teams that, with the Red Sox, they dominate with the pitching as well as the hitting, and the Whitecaps, they're pretty much dead last in both of those categories. So a Whitecaps team that's already desperate for wins even before the All-Star break.
Low 70s here at the ballpark. Sun shining bright on the baseball diamond. And the Red Sox, who haven't lost in their last 5 games, coming in to face a 3-loss Whitecap team, 3 in a row. That is for Brewster. For the Red Sox as of late, it's the offense that keeps turning.
Right, and as we've been talking about over the last few weeks, it's not really offense hitting with a lot of power. It's just a lot of lineup consistency throughout. Guys that, a handful of people that are hitting over 300 and consistently getting on base, doing it the little ways. You go back to the game against the Whitecaps on Tuesday when YD had 13 hits, 11 of them singles. They're not trying to do too much at the plate, and it's really helped out that approach, that kind of team offense mentality that's given a lot of success to Scott Pickler's club.
Whitecaps only 3 players hitting 300 or better. How difficult do you think it is to really focus day in and day out when your team is struggling so much?
Well, I think you just want to win so bad, and sometimes, unfortunately, you can try and over-adjust. You let it get into your head when oftentimes you may just need to tweak 1 or 2 little tiny things, but, so much of this is mental, and for a team that's struggling like this, like the Whitecaps and with a coaching staff that, had a good amount of success, obviously, last summer, something's off, and it's got to change quickly because the Firebirds are, I believe, already 7 points up on them for 4th, and we only know that top 4 teams make the playoffs come August.
Whitecaps take the field. Now we pause for the national anthem. First pitch is coming up next here at Stony Brook Field between the Red Sox and Whitecaps.
At the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Lynch. Fans, tonight we salute the Whitecaps' valued 30-year anniversary sponsor.
Welcome back to Stony Brook Field. Brandon Pelter here with Dana Gray. First pitch coming up in just a moment. So let's meet the visitors, the YD Red Sox lineup. Tonight, YD coming in at 12, 6, and 3. First place in the East. Leading off in center field, it's Zach Ashford. Batting second, the shortstop speedster, David Hamilton. Andrew Dashbach, the first baseman, bats third. And batting fourth, it's Quinn Cotney in left. The right fielder, Reese Albert, bats fifth. Batting sixth, it's his second baseman, Christian Koss, while the designated hitter, Zach Zubia, bats seventh. Batting eighth is Nick Quintana, and batting ninth, the catcher, is Adam Kerner. And this afternoon into the evening, they'll face Zach Lingenfelter out of Tennessee, making his 4th start of the season.
And unfortunately for him so far, an inflated ERA close to 10 at 9.58. But we know that that isn't the product that he obviously wants to be putting out there. Hoping for a better start today. Most recently, a really tough ball game against the Braves. Only went 2 1/3 innings, giving up 7 earned runs just off of 5 hits. 4 walks really plagued him. Now he has to go against the top offense in the entire league.
Lingenfelter out of Tennessee, going into his junior year there with the Vols, brings a mid-90s fastball, as well as a slider and a changeup. This YD offense tops in the league, hitting 286. But the home runs, we talked about it, just like the last time these two teams played, the home runs isn't really what got it done. 11 of 13 hits for the Red Sox for singles. And that came in a 12-10 win just a couple days ago, July 3rd, at Red Wilson Field.
Though, on the other side, though, those 2 other hits, you had a Nick Quintana solo homer, a Zach Zubia solo shot. So power here and there filtered throughout the lineup. But we know that Scott Pickler wants this club to just be getting on base, more importantly, doing the little things offensively to continue to keep that batting order run. I mean, how many times over the last 2 weeks has this team batted around an entire inning, at least a handful? And that just goes to show you that everyone's firing on all cylinders and really in a groove right now.
In the field for the Whitecaps here at home, in the outfield from left to right, it's Dom Canzone in left field. Hunter Bishop mans center field, while Ray Alejo plays right. And to the infield at third base, it's Christian Malfetta. Cam Eden is the shortstop. Mike Massey is over at second. And Jesse Franklin is the first baseman, while Brandon Martirano is doing the catching duties tonight here for Zach Lingenfelter. Ashford saunters up to the plate. The lefty hitting 294 this season. Trying to get YD started here at Stony Brook Field. 3rd meeting of the season. YD took the July 3rd matchup, a 12-10 win. And first meeting of the season came here at Stony Brook Field. A tie, 4-4, called due to darkness. No lights here. Playing out behind Stony Brook Elementary. Lingenfelter, the 6'5 righty, winds up in the first pitch. Called a strike, a fastball in the inner third. First pitch comes here at 5:02 on a beautiful Saturday evening in Brewster. Lingenfelter winds the 0-1. Another fastball. Clips the knees, called a strike. Ashford in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Ashford does a great job battling up at the plate. See if he can do it here to lead off this game. The 0-2 is smacked foul. Late on that one. Hit the fencing behind the plate up the third base side.
You had a heck of a battle just a couple of nights ago in the bottom of the 8th inning in a game that Red Sox were trailing by a run. Dashbach on first, and he got 2 strikes on him and was able to fist that ball down the left field line for a double. Give the Red Sox a point out of that ball game.
Tennessee righty, the 0-2. Skips in the dirt. Ball and 2 strikes here. David Hamilton, first time batting in the 2 slot for the Red Sox. He's on deck, and Andrew Dashbach bats third here in the top of the first. 1-2 offering. Called strike 3. Ashford didn't like it. Down around the knees. That's called by Bill Fisher, the home plate umpire. Sam Finn is at first, and Jeff Kinney at third base. First out, top of the first, David Hamilton steps up.
You had Ashford telling Hamilton when they were walking past each other right in front of us, Ashford was motioning towards the inner third of the plate because it seems like early on that's going to be called for a strike.
David Hamilton, another lefty here for the Red Sox, hitting 222 for YD. First pitch from Lingenfelter. Fastball called a strike. We're stationed behind the plate up the first base side a bit, so hard to tell inside and out. We can tell the height on the pitch. The 0-1. Well upstairs around the eyes. Lingenfelter, the righty, winding up first base side of the rubber. 1 out so far, top of the first. Here's the 1-1. Dips low. Hamilton thought about starting the swing and held up. 2 balls and a strike here in the top of the first inning at Stony Brook Field. Third meeting of the season between YD and Brewster. The pitch. Upstairs, 3 balls and a strike now. Hamilton in the driver's seat. Not a guy you want to let on base. Already 4 for 4 on the base paths in his short time with the Red Sox. (3-1). Called a strike just below the letters on the outer third, and the count runs full. Hamilton, 4-game hit streak. It's only been playing with Whitey for 5 games. No wind here at the ballpark. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball drops low. And the second Red Sox hitter down on strikes.
Great approach there from Lingenfelter, who pretty much threw all fastballs for strikes there to Hamilton throughout that at-bat, and then he just drops that on the payoff pitch. It's a ballsy one because if not, he's going to be walking down the first base line. You talked about the speed, but he gets him to swing through it. That was key.
That brings up Andrew Dashbach. Leading the way for the Red Sox, 14 runs scored. First pitch. Swung on and driven out to center field. Bishop, though, is there. Moves a couple steps in and makes the catch for the third out. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox in the top half of the first. Whitecaps coming to bat for the first time tonight. No score here at Stony Brook Field. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
For each Brewster home team home run this season, $50 is donated to the Family Pantry of Cape Cod by Monomoy Real Estate Construction and Pretty Picky Properties Select Vacation Rentals, located on Route 6A on Underpass Road. Pretty Picky and Monomoy, everything you need to hit a real estate home run in Brewster. The Brewster Whitecaps are partnered with Chillingsworth Bistro on Main Street in Brewster. All foul balls can be redeemed for a coupon good for a free kids meal with an adult purchase or family dinner. Just take your ball to the souvenir booth for a coupon. For more details, stop by the souvenir booth. Picture an historic mansion overlooking Cape Cod Bay. Elegant villas alongside the Cape's only Nicholas design golf course, 9 tennis courts, pools, warm water beaches, world-class restaurants, a 26-mile bike trail, croquet on the lawn, bonfires on the beach, resort to freedom.
Whitecaps to plate here for the first time this afternoon in the bottom of the first inning. No score here at Stony Brook Field between YD and Brewster. Here's the starting lineup here for Brewster. Leading things off is the left fielder, Dom Canzone. In right field, it's Ray Alejo batting second. Batting third is the first baseman, Jesse Franklin, and the second baseman, Mike Massey, bats fourth. In center field, it's Hunter Bishop batting fifth, and the shortstop, Cam Eden, bats sixth. Batting seventh is the catcher, Brandon Martirano, and the DH, Brandon Wolf, bats eighth. While batting ninth at third base, it's Christian Molfetta, and they'll face Carl Kaufman from Michigan, making his fourth start. He's been lights out this season.
Just phenomenal so far for the Red Sox in his second summer in a YD uniform, or an ERA at 184. Win and a loss to his name's just about 15 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts. He's been spectacular for Scott Pickler.
Kaufman, the righty, first base side of the rubber. First pitch is swung on and chopped foul up the third base side. Another Big Ten rival here, Ohio State Buckeye Dom Canzone, hitting .316 to lead the way for Brewster. Here's the 0-1. Slaps that one foul, and no balls and 2 strikes. Kaufman, the 6'2 righty, quickly ahead. Kaufman winds. Here's the 0-2. Up and away. Kaufman's parents in attendance here. Been here for the week and decided to stay the extra day. Supposed to leave yesterday. Here's the 1-2. Is tapped out to the left side. Hamilton charging. Fires. Not in time. Slow developing play. That one chopped high off the plate. Past Kaufman, who came off the mound toward the third base side, and Hamilton didn't have a play. An infield single for Dom Canzone to lead us off here in the home half of the first.
Well, Carl was supposed to pitch on Thursday, which would have been Mr. Kaufman's birthday. And that was well worth the extra stay, but unfortunately rained out. So get to spend another extra day here on the Cape and see their son pitch. It's got to be pretty special.
Kaufman made 14 starts, 1 appearance out of the bullpen, 3.08 ERA, and a 6-3 record. Here's Ray Alejo hitting .268 here for the Whitecaps. First pitch up and hits him around the shoulder blade, that left arm, and now first 2 base runners on here for the Whitecaps in the first.
And that one just got away from Carl, maybe trying to establish the strike zone early against the righty Alejo, and that one slipped, and as you mentioned, Brandon, caught him on the shoulder, and tough way to start this ball game. Give up the infield single and then a free pass like that.
Jesse Franklin due up next. A teammate of Kaufman's at Michigan. So far, hitting .310 for the Whitecaps. A lot of power to the gaps. Lefty versus righty. The lefty Franklin, first pitch. Breaking ball drops low in the outer third. Dom Canzone started things out with the infield single. He's at second. Ray Alejo hit by the first pitch he saw. He's at first. The 1-0. This is low and away. 2 balls and no strikes here on the dangerous 3-man Jesse Franklin. Franklin hit .327 with the Wolverines. Kaufman set to the chest. The righty peaks at second, 2-0. Fastball misses away. 3 balls and no strikes. Here to 3-man Jesse Franklin. Still no outs in the first, and the first 2 men aboard. Kaufman sets first base side of the rubber. 3-0. Called a strike.
You wonder in a matchup like this, pitcher versus hitter, that our teammates at school, who it favors. They obviously know each other's tendencies a decent amount. Now Kaufman needs a big pitch here in a hole.
Canzone off second, Alejo off first. Kaufman sets 3-1. Is swung and slowly up the first base side, foul. Dash touches it up, count runs full. No outs, bottom of the first, still no score between YD and Brewster.
Of course, you'd take another ground ball, ideally for this Red Sox infield to try and turn 2. Though you got to think Kaufman's going to be thinking strikeout against his teammate, try and open up the opportunity for a double play to even end the inning without any damage.
Franklin, the lefty, steps in. Kaufman, the righty. Pierre again looking at Kerner, shakes no, now nods yes and comes set. Runners off first and second. Payoff pitch is lined into right field through the hole on the right side. They'll hold up Canzone at third. Bases juiced, no outs, bottom of the first. Here, Whitecaps in business.
Great piece of hitting from Franklin. That one hit really, really hard, and even with Canzone, decent speed off of second base, the way that Albert got that in quickly and the way it came to him so quickly. A smart move to hold him, especially with no outs and your best hitter coming to the plate.
Another lefty due up, Mike Massey. Final of 3. Whitecaps hitting over 300 or better. Massey right at the 300 mark. Bases loaded for him. Already 2 outs for the Whitecaps. No outs, bottom of the first pitch. Misses in the dirt. Kerner keeps it in front. The Red Sox in the outfield. Quinn Cotton's in left. Zach Ashford in center, and Race Albert in right. To the infield, Nick Quintana, man's third. David Hamilton at shortstop. Christian Koss at second, and Andrew Dashbach at first. Adam Kerner doing the catching. 1-0 is swung on, lined into left field. It drops ahead of Cotton. 1 run scores. They'll hold Alejo at third. And 1-0, Brewster leads YD here the home half of the first.
It's the second straight pitch that Kaufman is just left hanging right down the middle. Both Franklin and Massey jumping on it, turning on those, finding the gaps in the outfield.
Where we won the championship Out of Arizona State, here is Hunter Bishop.
Here's Hunter Bishop from Arizona State. Swinging well as of late, a 5-game hitting streak for him. Hitting .462 in his last 4 games. He's got the bases loaded, still no outs in the bottom of the first. 1-0, Brewster leads YD. Kaufman's allowed 3 hits, a hit by pitch as well. He sets, comes home to the lefty, misses up and away. Bishop with Arizona State in the Pac-12, hit .250 this past season, last summer with the Whitecaps, finished hitting .212. Adding 7 extra base hits as well as a big fly. Bases loaded for the Whitecaps. They're out to the 1-0 lead here in the first. Kaufman sets 1-0 in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes.
You can tell that Kaufman is tentative going at Bishop here, especially after the Franklin and Massey at-bats ended up with hard-hit singles. Doesn't want to leave something over the plate for Bishop.
Bases full of Whitecaps here on a beautiful Saturday evening. 2-0. Misses outside. Kerner fakes the throw down to third. Dom Canzone started out the game with a infield single for the Whitecaps. He came around to score, and next Ray Alejo hit by a pitch. Jesse Franklin single to right. Mike Massey a single to left in the RBI. Now Christian Wanders, the pitching coach for the Red Sox, out of the first base side dugout for a chat.
Just to try and calm Carl down just a little bit. This obviously hasn't been the first inning that he would have expected or hoped for against a team that has not hit very well. Well, they've come up with a couple of timely singles. Hit by the pitch hurts. The infield single, not much you can do about that. And I'd assume that Wanders is just telling him, hey, throw some strikes, trust your defense to get you an out or 2. It's going to be tough to get out of this inning without giving up at least 1 more run. What's the most important is getting at least 1 or 2 outs here in the next couple of batters.
Every game yesterday rained out, but YD's last game just 2 days ago, Blair Henley, in his first start, struggled in the first, and we saw Wanders out there to calm him down a bit. It's a 3-0 count on Hunter Bishop, the pitch. Misses outside, a walk with the bases loaded. Alejo scores 2-0. Whitecaps lead YD.
Looked like a very close pitch, a fastball on that outside corner. Kaufman can't assume that Bishop's not going to have the green light, the hitter that he is on 3-0, so he tried to place it a bit and placed it a little too far out.
Cam Eden up now. Still no outs in the bottom of the first inning. 2-0. Brewster leads YD. The 6th man is up for the Whitecaps. Kaufman sets, bases juiced. The first pitch is swung on and driven out to deep center field. Ashford ranging back. He'll make the catch. Runner tags from third. That's Franklin. The throw goes into second. Not in time. Every base runner advances. Bishop even tagging from first. Just beat the throw in. Massey is over to third. A first out recorded, but a 3-0 lead for Brewster.
And even that pitch was hit very, very hard. You can just tell that Carl doesn't have his best stuff at the moment. And hopefully you just get out of this first inning and regroup. But even Ashford couldn't get that one in time to second base to cost. Just things not going the way of the Red Sox at the moment.
First 5 runners reached for the Whitecaps. The 6th man recorded the sac fly RBI out. Here's Brandon Martirano. First pitch in the dirt, off the glove of Kerner, and behind him, he can't find it. Another run comes in to score on the wild pitch, just hitting the heel of Adam Kerner's glove.
Kerner had no idea where that pitch was for a good 3 or 4 seconds. It took Kaufman to run all the way down from the pitcher's mound to point at the backstop, help him locate it. That kept Bishop just barely at third. He took a wide turn.
So now just a man on. That's Hunter Bishop standing at third after the wild pitch. The 1-0 is in on the hands. Grounder to second. Runner going home. Koss comes to the plate. They got Bishop. Koss faked to throw home, ran at Bishop a bit. He was caught in between the base paths. Second out recorded. Heads up play by Christian Koss.
That's really not an easy play as well. Bishop with good speed, and to have the confidence to make that play and try and get the runner at home, give up the possibility of an easy out as first. It's not easy, and Koss timed it perfectly.
With 2 away, man on first, Martorano reaches on the fielder's choice. Here's Brandon Wolf, sub 200, hitting 194. Kaufman sets at the chest, the righty first pitch. Swung on and curling down the right field line in the air. Lands foul out of play. Kaufman let the first 5 aboard for recording these 2 straight outs now. 4-0. Brewster out in front of YD here in the first. Kaufman sets, Martorano off first. Kicks with the 0-1. In the dirt, Kerner blocks it to his right. Runner goes, no throw. Another wild pitch. Martorano over to second.
Kerner blocked it, kept it in front of him, but unfortunately pushed it too far up the first base line, so he had to try and field that all in one motion and make a throw and realized it just wasn't worth it.
Wolf swings the bat out over the plate. Martorano leads off second. Kaufman sets. 1-1 offering. Dips down low towards the shoot tops. 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs home, half of the first. 4 runs already across for the Whitecaps. Kaufman has been lights out before today. 1-1 record, a 1.843 ERA in 3 starts. 2-1. Fastball misses below the kneecaps. Now 3 balls and a strike on the 8-man Wolf. Kaufman has gone 4 2/3 or more in his first 3 starts. Really going to have to bear down here in this one. 3-1 is lined into center field. Ashford comes on. It bounces in ahead of him and skips away. Wolf gets the wave around third. He'll score easily. And Wolf and the RBI single. It's Martorano rather that scores. Wolf the RBI single. 5-0. Brewster leads YD.
Just another hard hit baseball off of Carl Kaufman. It looked like Ashford thought that he was going to have a play on that. Once he realized, he tried to get it on the hop so he could time his throw in and just went off the webbing of his mitt and no chance at home.
So here's the 9-man Molfetta from Stanford. Christian hitting 118 this season, and Pick already out of the dugout on the first base side. That'll do it for Kaufman. An early departure. Just 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 4 runs all earned. A walk as well for Kaufman. A tough day for the Wolverine. Sox make a move to the bullpen. Will step aside. 5-0 Whitecaps. Here, 2 outs, home, half of the first. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Folks, how about a hand for Kyle Kaufman, please? Ladies and gentlemen, pitching change for the YD Red Sox, point number 34. From the University of California at Irvine, one of the Anteaters, Trenton Delholm.
5'11", 185 school mascot, isn't he?
It's Trent Denholm from UC Irvine here taking over for Carl Kaufman after pitching just 2/3 of an inning here. Kaufman, the rough start. 5-0. Brewster leads YD. Here, 2 outs in the bottom of the first to the 9-man. Christian Malfetta up. The man aboard. First pitch tipped into the glove of Kerner. Here, Denholm making his 4th appearance out of the pen. The 2-0 record. No runs scored in 7 innings of work. Denholm, the righty, sets at the belt. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses low and away.
Denholm's a guy that can really eat up some innings, so a smart move for Pick here. After he has to take out his starter in the first, he went 2 2/3 against the Gateman back on July 1st, and then went a 3 full innings at home against Orleans earlier.
Wolf off of first. 1-1 to the 9-man. Misses above the letters. Fastball. Denholm with the Anteaters. 15 starts. Those all of his appearances. A 4.72 ERA. 48 strikeouts in 74 innings of work. Righty sets. Here's the 2-1. It swung on and lofted foul off the screen behind the plate. Two balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. 5-0. Brewster leads YD. The Red Sox trying to get out of this tough start. The 2-2 offering. Swung on and scalded out of play on the right side.
If you think about it, still a ton of baseball to be played. You got the best offense on your side. And as good as Lingenfelter looked through that first inning, a lot of things can change second time through the lineup. Denholm's just got to bear down here, try and get this 3rd out.
Denholm sets. 2-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Runner goes. Kerner fumbles the ball a bit, and the throw well late.
He might have had a play if he picked that one up cleanly, or at least it would have been a lot closer. Once again, he pushed it up the first base line and ran up to it. And another runner in scoring position for the Whitecaps.
So a full count here on the 9-man Christian Malfetta. Whitecaps batting around here. Their first licks. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball swung on and lifted to shallow right field. Albert on a few steps toward the line, and he makes the catch to retire the side. The Whitecaps sent 9 men to the plate, scored 5 runs, all earned on 4 hits here in the first. They lead 5-0. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
At the food concession stand. Enjoy a quarter-pound Angus burger, cooked to order, sizzling from the grill, or sausage with peppers and onions, or a grilled hot dog, or a yummy slice of pizza. It's all there, and it's calling your name.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's always very special when players, parents, and family come here to the ballpark to watch the guys play. We'd like to take the time to welcome some parents that are here. Chris Wright's grandmother, Janice Peluso, is here. Mike Massey's parents, Keith and Lisa Massey, are here. Sister Katie Massey and brother Andrew Massey are here. Hunter Bishop's dad, Randy Bishop, is here. Jacob Hennessy's brother Jason, sister-in-law Andrea, niece Katie, and nephew Colton are here. And also sister Melissa and brother-in-law Jamie are here. And ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Cameron's folks are here. His dad's here, Jeff Cameron, and Jeff Criswell's parents are here, Brian and Patty Criswell. Folks, welcome to our home. Welcome to Cape Cod.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, it's nice. Yeah. Have you? Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Here we go, folks. Top of 2. We're going to start things out with the left fielder.
Top of the second, 5-0. Brewster leads YD here as the Red Sox come to plate second time. Still no hits. 4, 5, 6. Due up for the Red Sox, starting with Quinn Cotton, a guy that certainly get on base, hitting .474 in his last 5 games. 4-game hit streak on the line as well for Cotton here today. First pitch from Lingenfelter, the righty. Fastball misses low. Cotton, one of the mainstays in this Whitey lineup. They continue to settle in, figure it out. 1-0. In and out of the glove. Martirano, that misses. Another fastball.
Touched on at the end of that first inning. This is a Red Sox lineup that can score runs in bunches. Still 8 innings of baseball to be played. A lot of time. Just want to try and chip away.
Lingenfelter winding up from the right side. Here's the 2-0 offering. Swung on and a chopper to the shortstop. Charged by Eden. Throws to first in time for the first out.
And that's just overall a very, very nice play by Cam Eden because he has that extra pressure of knowing that Cotton's going to make him work for it down the first baseline speed-wise. And he didn't try and rush it, got it into the mid, and threw a dart over to first.
Here's Reese Albert leading the Red Sox, a .378 average. Snapped a 6-game hitting streak on Thursday after going 0 for 3 against the Harbor Hawks. First pitch to Albert. Fouled off. Albert with Florida State hitting .268 this past season with Drew Mendoza, who is supposed to be with the Red Sox. An injury sent him to Chatham. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball there. Albert in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes.
He's been great at the plate and made a few phenomenal defensive plays as well in the outfield, left and right.
No balls and 2 strikes to pitch. Upstairs, he chased it, though. And the 3rd strikeout of the afternoon, 2nd out in the 2nd for Lingenfelter.
Dominant stuff so far from Zach, a guy that came into today struggling in his first 3 starts. That ERA over by 10. That's a great strikeout pitch on 0-2, getting a really good hitter to chase.
Brings up Christian Koss, hitting .265 for the Red Sox. 2 outs, top of the 2nd inning. The first pitch swung on and tapped up the third base side foul. Five-run lead for the Whitecaps. Scored 5 runs on 4 hits in the first. 0-1. Lofted out of play right side. No balls and 2 strikes. Lingenfelter doing a really good job of working ahead of the Red Sox hitters.
And I think in this instance, when you have a starting pitcher that's having so much success early on against you, you need to try and just see as many pitches as possible. Try and make this guy work for his outs, because the way that he cruised through these first 5, it's not a rate that the Red Sox want to play with.
Slight breeze here at the ballpark. Blowing from first to third base side, but not much doing. The flag out in center lays silent. Here's the 0-2. Called strike 3. A fastball belt high. Got Koss looking. 4 Ks for Lingenfelter here through 2 innings of work. Still no hits. Red Sox trail the Whitecaps 5-0. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Available right now at the souvenir stand along the third baseline. Looking for a good restaurant? Go with the local stuff. The Brewster Inn and Chowder House, Route 6A in Brewster. Local Brewster folks know they can always count on the Chowder House for fresh local seafood, native Jersey special, all moderately priced. The Brewster Inn and Chowder House, Route 6A in Brewster. It's where the local stuff. To the pro painters of Cape Cod, we know that finding the right team for your painting project can be overwhelming. Residential or commercial, interior or exterior, staff professionals by your side, the process will be easy, convenient, leaving you time for what matters most. To the pro painters, we do the painting, you do life. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, our bat boys today are Brayden Decker and
Home half of the second at Stony Brook Field. The home team Whitecaps lead the visiting Red Sox 5-0. Trent Denholm out for another inning of work. Came in relief of Carl Kaufman, who only got through 2/3. They're facing 8 Brewster batters. Whitecaps hit around, sending all 9 up to the plate. So here's the one-man, Dom Canzone, singled in the infield to start out the game. First pitch from Denholm, the righty. Off speed, called a strike.
And this has got to be a statement inning from the Red Sox pitching staff. And right now that's in Trenton Denholm's possession. Try and just get some easy outs.
0-1. Waved and missed at another breaking ball. That one about knee high. No balls and 2 strikes. Denholm ahead. Terrific crowd on hand. Lining the bleachers, first and third base side. 0-2. Fastball just misses low on the outer third. Denholm winds, the righty with the 1-2. Called strike 3. Fastball at the knees. Came inside with that one. The first strikeout of the evening for any Red Sox pitcher.
And that was just phenomenal considering how that first inning had gone. To set the tempo for the rest of this ball game early on right here, Denholm does just that, coming inside.
Ray Vallejo up next was hit the very first pitch that he saw in this one. First pitch swinging, lines it into right field. Went through the hole on the right side. And with one away, another base hit for the Whitecaps. Their 5th of the afternoon, and we're just in the second inning.
I'll tell you what, this doesn't seem like the worst offense in the Cape League, and according to run production. Top to bottom, Whitecaps doing a nice job of just finding their way on base and making some good, solid contact early on in this ballgame.
3-man Jesse Franklin up. He singled to right in his first at-bat. Denholm working from the stretch, steps off for a moment. This Brewster team came into the game hitting .227, 9th in the league. Throw over to first. Almost had Alejo, who's dancing around. Whitecaps also 205 strikeouts. That 9th in the league. So lower tier for this Brewster offense, but they've got it done early on. Franklin lefty is ready. Denholm comes home. Breaking ball. Misses inside. Alejo at first. 3 for 5 on the base paths. 1-0. Stays upstairs. A changeup. 2 balls and no strikes here on the 3-man Jesse Franklin. Franklin 3 for 4 against YD in that 12-10 loss a couple days ago. 2-0. Fastball laser, straight call to strike down the inside corner.
And even more impressive is that this run production comes after a game against the Mariners a couple days ago, which they put up no run production, got shut out.
Denholm sets, throws over to first. Alejo back with a head-first dive. Denholm set to the belt. Peeks home, kicks with the 2-1. Swung on and lined into center field. Drops in ahead of Ashford. That gets past him. Alejo around second. He advances to third. And it's now first and third. E8 out there for Ashford, allowing Alejo to get 90 feet away from the plate.
That's probably going to be Ashford's first error of the summer, you'd have to think. And maybe just got a little excited trying to get that ball back into the infield and keep Alejo from going over to third, but he helped his case quite a bit, bobbling that out in center.
Red Sox officially tabbed with their first error of the game. It's 2 of the worst fielding teams in the league, YD 9th. First pitch to 4-man Mike Matsey, called a strike on the outside corner. YD 956 fielding percentage. The Whitecaps just 950. Denholm sets, runners on the corner, Justin out in the second. The 0-1 misses down low. Kerner keeps the glove 5-hold to stop that ball.
He's had a busy day already behind the plate, trying to keep those pitches from Kaufman in front of him.
Denholm sets, kicks with the 1-1. Up and away, 2 balls and a strike. Runners on the corner. Justed out. We're in the bottom of the second inning. 5-run lead for the Whitecaps. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, well foul into the trees on the left side. Most of this field is surrounded by trees. The third base to left field line, all of the outfield with trees. The only opening is the school behind us on the first base side. 2-2 delivery. Denholm brings it. Swung on and foul tipped. Breaking ball that just got past Kerner.
Kerner came close to closing the webbing on that. Would have been a strikeout. Good breaking ball, though, from Denholm. Maybe just go right back to that here.
Alejo at third. He singled. And Franklin off of first, a single as well. Denholm sets at the belt. 2-2. Spoiled into the screen behind the plate.
He's trying to switch up the velocity here on Massey, a really, really good hitter for the Whitecaps.
Two offering. Swung on and grounded foul into the YD dugout first base side. So the count remains with runners at the corner. Justin out, bottom of the second. 5-0. Brewster leads YD. Third meeting of 6 this season. The second one at Stony Brook Field. Here's the 2-2. This is down low. The count runs full.
It was a nice job from Massey there to follow that one all the way down to the shoelaces and extend this at bat.
David Hamilton, the shortstop, double play depth. Costo stays at his position at second. Payoff, nope. Third to first, catch the runner going. Tag applied, runner home, the throw, not in time. So Franklin retired at second on the third to first. Alejo gets in safely, and boy, Dana, to me, that looked like the throw beat him at the plate.
Surely looked like that to me. And if you remember back to the first time we were here at Stony Brook Field, there were a couple plays at the plate that played a serious role in the ballgame that were controversial, and already one here. This in a bit more different of a score line. That was quite a cannon all the way back to Kerner at home. Definitely applied the tag. It was bang, bang.
So 2 outs. Here's the payoff pitch. A broken bat. Swinging bunt up the third base side. Denholm fields on to first in time. Athletic play from Trent Denholm to retire the Whitecaps here in the second. They collect a run on 2 hits. Nobody left on base. 6-0 Brewster through 2. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Get a cup of coffee at a lot of places in Brewster, but there's only one place to go for the authentic roasted coffee experience. The Snowy Owl Coffee Roasters. Very short time, the Snowy Owl has become Brewster's favorite gathering. Find out why. The Snowy Owl on Route 6A next to True Value Hardware. Beach House Grill at Shadow Bars Inn and Resort is the perfect spot for seaside lunch or evening kind of a proud member leading hotels of the world. Then you may notice all players, coaches, and umpires are wearing small honorary badges in memory of Thomas Police Sergeant Sean Gannon, killed in the line of duty in April on the Cape Cod while protecting all of us. Cape Cod Baseball League and the Whitecaps are doing our part to assist in any way we can. You can purchase the same pin with small donation of $5. All proceeds will go to the Young Police Department. Please stop by a souvenir booth to pick up your pin and thank you for helping us support a worthy cause.
Top of the third, 6-0. Brewster leads YD at Stony Brook Field. Brandon Pelter with Dana Gray, and the Red Sox still without a hit. 6 up and 6 down. It'll be Zach Zubia to start out this third inning. Nick Quintana on deck and Adam Kerner. The 9-man will be the third one to plate this inning. Zach Lingenfelter still on the bump. 2 innings, scoreless, hitless baseball for the Tennessee Volunteer. Zuby, the righty, into the box, hitting .333. Lingenfelter winds with the first pitch. Fastball clips the inside corner. Off day yesterday with the rain out, Dana. Anything good going on in your part of the world?
Not a whole lot. Kept it easy. Obviously didn't know if we were going to be playing until a couple hours before.
0-1. Breaking ball bounces past Martirano to the backstop.
But had a chance to hit the batting cages later in the day after things dried out and remember what it was like to be 12 years old playing Little League. And
oh, boy.
Unfortunately, my back in its current state isn't doing itself any favors.
1 ball and a strike on Zubia. Lingenfelter winds with the pitch. Misses low. So you got hurt at the cages. Is that what you're trying to say?
I think I was already hurt a little bit. It just wasn't in the health mind to be swinging the bat. Though I will say, though, there's one time I did just hit the ball real nice, and it's a real thing. I mean, these hitters out there, you can feel it when you get it right.
Here's the 2-1. In tight. That one missed the glove of Martirano as well all the way to the backstop. So you're telling me at 21 years old, not to mention your dad's a chiropractor,
this is
and
true.
You have quote-unquote back issues. You got a long road ahead of you, buddy.
I seriously do. And you'd think that maybe he'd be able to help me out a little bit, but we're getting there. I don't think he was preparing for me to be swinging the bat.
No outs, top of the third, a 3-1 count on Zubia. Here's the pitch. Catches the outer third. Count runs full.
And I should mention that one time I actually really felt good about it was actually just a bunt.
I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, you should be.
6-0 Brewster leads YD here. Third meeting of the season. Here's the payoff pitch to Zubia. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Martirano throws down to first in time, and that's strikeout number 5 for Zach Lingenfelter. He's looked electric.
He's been phenomenal and make it 3 straight Ks, and very different than his first couple of starts for the Whitecaps. And obviously helps, though, when you get that quick run support, too, as a pitcher, to have that little extra confidence to allow the ball to be put in play, though. Zach really isn't needed it.
Here's Nick Quintana, batting average up to .216 as he continues his climb up. Hit a solo shot against these Whitecaps a couple days ago. First pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball letter high.
I should be polite. You asked me, Brent, did you have anything exciting on the off day, the rain out?
Little bowling.
Really?
Some big-time bowling. We went 3 games. I'm actually a little sore today as well. No balls and a strike. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball diving toward the outside corner.
So what's more embarrassing? We're both 21. I'm feeling sore after the batting cages, and you're feeling sore after bowling.
No, yours is worse.
You think
bowling
so?
is you don't usually kind of use those muscles there in like the forearm and getting the whole arm into it.
It's a very simple motion, though.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Quintana downswing and a fastball powered past him. Strikeout number 6 for Lingenfelter. We're just in the third.
I mean, if you think about it, you're really just moving your body down and dropping a ball and letting it roll as opposed to really getting the shoulders in there. You're getting the torque.
Yeah, but you've got
your
a 12,
torso.
12, 13-pound bowling ball.
Yeah, the baseball's no joke, no feather.
Jeez, we're going to leave it there.
We're going to agree to disagree on this one.
2 outs in the top of the third. Adam Kerner is up. 6-0 lead for the Whitecaps. First pitch to Kerner. Misses down low. Kerner hitting .212. Struggled in the last 3 games, 0 for 8. Lingenfelter, the righty, on the first base side of the rubber, working from the windup. Here's the 1-0 delivery. In the dirt. That caught the hand of Martirano. He's all right, but Bill Fisher out with that little courtesy trip to deliver the ball to Lingenfelter. Looked like it was a fastball that bounced just before the plate and popped up, caught Martirano just before the glove starts there on the hand. 2 balls and no strikes on Kerner. 2 outs, top of the 3rd. Here's the pitch. Fastball called a strike on the inner 3rd. Whitey still hitless here in the 3rd inning. Whitecaps with 6 runs and 6 hits through 2 plate appearances. The 2-1 offering. Swung on and hit high in the air, but to shallow left field. Canzone comes on. It'll be the shortstop, Eden, though. That makes the catch, drifting into shallow left. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. And for the Red Sox, 9 up and 9 down through 2.5. They trail Brewster 6-0. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Join the Brewster Association, part-time residents. We work to build awareness and understanding of Brewster issues. Brewster Association of Part-Time Residents, Brewster's full-time voice for part-time residents. Visit us at babr.org. Hey, how about lunch or dinner at a Baja-style Beach Shack with a New England menu? Guapos, home to the famous fish taco, overstuffed burritos, and hearty burgers. Temple Margarita Bar, and sit back on our deck to enjoy our casual, friendly atmosphere. Indoor and outdoor dining, takeout and catering. Guapos, just steps away on Underpass Road. Guapos, simple food done well. In the market to buy, sell, or rent property in Brewster, talk to Michael Layton, the team from Layton Realty, Brewster's #1 sales broker since 2007. For 20 years, Michael Layton and his professional team have been providing excellent service for those looking to buy or sell real estate. No matter how large or small your property, Layton Realty is your #1 choice. Buy and sell local, buy and sell Layton.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a pitching change on the mound for YD out of St. Mary's in California. Number 24, Tyler Madrigal.
New pitcher out there for the Red Sox. It's Ty Madrigal making his 5th appearance, a 2.34 ERA for Madrigal out of St. Mary's, a 6-foot lefty. Out to trying to keep this game in order. 6-0. Brewster leads YD. Denholm finishes pitching an inning of a 3rd of 2-hit, 1-run baseball. That unearned. And he allowed a walk as well. No strikeouts as Hunter Bishop, the 5-man, leads off this bottom of the 3rd inning, joined by Max Brill, one of the beat writers for the Red Sox.
What's going on, Brandon? It's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
First pitch, Bishop bunts it off his foot and up the 3rd base side, a foul ball. So what's the experience been like for you here out on the Cape so far?
Well, aside from today, it's been wonderful. Obviously, we have beautiful weather, but hoping for a different result so far. It's still early, though.
You saw your fellow Wolverine and Carl Kaufman a tough start, but a Michigan man yourself. So, I mean, what kinds of things are you doing at school, and what's the career aspirations for yourself?
So, at school, I do a similar job to what I'm doing here, writing a lot related to baseball, both for our radio station blog and for the Michigan Sabermetrics Club.
0-1, smack down the right field line into the outfield. That pass Dashbach over at first. A leadoff single for Hunter Bishop. He hit streak now to 6 games.
I'm also going to go ahead and plug my blog, Musings of a Baseball Addict, musingsofabaseballaddict.com for all y'all tuned in. You can go check out my stuff, but just a whole lot of writing at school, and that's just something that I've been interested in, kind of getting my foot in the door, getting my baseball opinions out there, and I've been doing a lot of that at school. Also have experience broadcasting games, so this is not my first rodeo with a headset on.
Glad to hear. Jacob Jordan had his first try. First pitch to Cam Eden. Called a strike at the knees. He had his first try a couple nights ago, Sunday night at Wareham.
I think he did a good job.
Good debut.
Yeah, I think it was excellent. And he even gave a shout out to Grandma. So what more can you really ask for?
Making everybody happy. That's the right thing to do. 0-1 is swung on off the end of the bat, foul to the screen behind the plate. So 0-2 here. Madrigal ahead of Eden with a man aboard. No outs, bottom of the third inning. What has been your favorite part about the Cape, Max?
Favorite part about the Cape? Honestly, Pirates Cove mini golf is pretty clutch when we're not watching baseball. It's a lot of fun, and it's good, to go out there and win some games, which I know you're not familiar with that, but it's a good feeling.
Wow. So we bring you on and you resort to not the right move. Not the right move. This might be your one and only showing here on the Red Sox broadcast.
It's been a good one.
Misses outside.
So far.
Pirates Cove is the go-to spot. I think we're both all too familiar with that, but you actually hit the links on a true 18-hole course a bit.
I'd like to get out there more than I do, which I think is true for most people. It's tough, when you go to school in Ann Arbor, because it snows there like 8 months of the year, basically. It's hard to get out on a course, although I will say the University of Michigan golf course is pretty nice. I have played it one time, rented clubs with a buddy of mine during finals week. We both had nothing to do that day, so we were like, why not de-stress and hit the links?
1-2 swung on and missed by Eden, and first strikeout for Madrigal brings us the first out in the bottom of the third. So again, here with Max Brill, beat writer for the Red Sox, as Brandon Martirano steps in for the Whitecaps. Max, you grew up in Manhattan in New York City, so what was that experience like, being in the city as opposed to a suburb like most of us grew up?
Well, I think it's been interesting this summer to be able to live not in a city out here on Cape Cod. I will tell you the most sobering experience was having to drive my car to the grocery store. Like, you can't just walk a block and pick up whatever food you want. That was a real game changer for me.
First pitch to Martirano, misses outside. Well, I mean, if you haven't experienced it, you don't think about these little things until you have to go out and do them. What was the most convenient part about being in the city?
Everything. And food's open past 8 p.m.
1-0 trampoline to the shortstop, Hamilton. The flip to second bounces. Costa's throw over to first is late. So a fielder's choice. Martirano aboard. Costa took a hard slide in from Bishop, but he's all right and okay. Now 2 outs in the bottom of the third.
Wearing number 46 from Stanford University, the DH.
Brandon Wolf, the DH, due up. RBI single back in the first. 6-0. Brewster leads YD in the home half of the third. Madrigal, the lefty, sets first pitch. Breaking ball called a strike.
But Brandon, as I was saying, everything is convenient. And I think that's the best part of it, is that you don't need a car to get around. So saving the environment while you're at it.
0-1. Misses down low. Speaking of that, I think the state of Massachusetts is banning straws.
Really?
So no more of the plastic
straws,
and I think they're going to a more recycled cardboard. 1-1. Misses down low. Just a funky thing to think about.
I don't know that that's going to make much of a difference for us out here this summer, but I'm glad to see that, people are taking a stance and trying to protect our environment.
2-1 is fouled into the screen behind the plate. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a man aboard in the bottom of the third. Who has impressed you the most out here on the Cape, Max?
There have been so many guys we've looked at. Honestly, I think one of the big guys for YD that I've liked a lot has been Zach Ashford, and he was supposed to just be a temporary player, but he's really made a name for himself out here this summer.
2-2 misses low in the dirt, a breaking ball. And the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Brandon Wolf, the 8-man, with Brandon Martorano at first.
I think one of the things about Ashford that makes him really special is that he can do everything well. He hits well, plays great defense, and he's a good runner.
Payoff pitch is drilled to left. Cotton a couple steps back, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out here in the 3rd inning. Thanks to Max for joining us. Hope to have you on again.
I hope you do have me on again. My apologies for the jab earlier in mini golf, but the public has to know.
Maybe we'll have you on again. We'll have to think about it. And in this 3rd inning, no runs on a hit. 1 man left on base for the Whitecaps. 6-0. They lead YD. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
At the Lobster Club restaurant in Orleans. We offer takeout service, full bar, early bird specials, senior discounts daily. Located on Route 6A, a half mile south of the Orleans Road. Take the family to the Lobster Club, the best family restaurant on Cape Cod.
Top of the 4th, and the Red Sox flip the order around. Zach Ashford to start things out. YD has sent 9 up, and 9 have been retired by Zach Lingenfelter, including 6 strikeouts. 6-0 lead for Brewster over YD. 7 hits for the Whitecaps. They've scored in 2 of 3 frames.
I mean, 6 strikeouts and 9 outs. It doesn't get any nicer than that. I mean, considering the way that he had those first 3 starts, the way he struggled coming into today, you go up against the top offense throughout the entire league, and to put a statement early on, obviously the run support helps, but he's only continued to get hotter as his start progresses.
Lingenfelter has gone 4 innings twice this season for the Whitecaps. He gets through this one, he'll match that as well. No decision in those 2 outings. First pitch to Ashford. Squares around, tips it off of Martorano. He goes down. Caught him down, it looks like on that left leg, and he's now up limping around. He'll be 10-2. We'll throw it to break here. Martorano gets a look in the top of the 4th inning. No outs. Brandon Martorano good and ready to go after taking a ball fouled off of his left leg. An 0-1 count here on Zach Ashford in the top of the 4th. 6-0 Brewster leads YD. Brandon Pelter with Dana Gray on a beautiful Saturday evening in Brewster, Massachusetts, stationed behind Stony Brook Elementary School. Lingenfelter, the righty, winds, brings the 0-1. Misses up and away. YD still without a hit in the top of the 4th inning. One is swung on and fouled to the screen behind the plate. A breaking ball that Ashford just got a piece of.
Lingenfelter through these 3 innings has just been crazy efficient. In the mid-30s with that pitch count, just going over 10 on average per these first 3 innings. And in the Cape League, especially where 5 innings is expected for a start, it's phenomenal.
1-2 offering. Sails that one well high. Must have slipped out of the hand of Lingenfelter. Martorano didn't even come close to that one. It hit the screen behind the plate. Goes from a chain link fence to a screen about 5.5 feet up.
I think if that screen's not there, that one's sailing right into the second deck of the press box.
So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff man, Ashford. Here in the top of the 4th, the pitch. Misses in the dirt. Now the count runs full, 3-2. Red Sox without a base runner through the first 3 innings.
Maybe that's all it takes to kind of get in the mind of Lingenfelter a little bit, plant a seed of doubt. Ashford can work a leadoff walk here, put some speed on the base paths, and try and get this line churning.
Lingenfelter, first base side of the rubber. Into the wind. Kicks with a payoff pitch. Protection swing. Chops it to the left side foul.
That fastball looks real good from Lingenfelter, challenging Ashford there upstairs. And I mean, you said it, Brandon, that's not a pitch that he can really turn on or hit for contact or hit for a base hit. There's not much else he can do than kind of just chalk the bat head out there and hope to get a piece.
No outs, top of the 4th. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a grounder to the right side, fielded by the second baseman, Massey. Throws on to first for the first out.
Contact from Ashford, but everything that's been induced has been relatively easy for this Whitecaps defense to handle. You mentioned the struggles they've had, the worst fielding percentage, but they've been solid so far today.
Just 4 balls put into play by Red Sox hitters, 6 strikeouts. 10 up and 10 down. Here's David Hamilton. Struck out swinging in his first plate appearances. First pitch. Busts him inside. 1 out in the top of the 4th. Corners are up here against the speedy Hamilton. 1-0 offering. Stays up and away. Hamilton, 31 stolen bases in 38 tries, 14th in the country with Texas this past season. The 2-0 delivery upstairs. And talking a pick before the game. Said the only guy he's seen faster than him, Michael Bourne, who had 341 stolen bases in the majors, averaged over 40 a season. He pick added before Hamilton. He hadn't seen anyone close to Bourne. Here's the 3-0. Squares around, pulls it back, and that misses upstairs for ball 4. The Red Sox with their first base runner of the evening. Here coming with an out in the top of the 4th.
Hamilton going toe-to-toe with Alejo of the Whitecaps through this past collegiate season, both in the top 5 of swipe bags. And just what a weapon to have, especially now that even just a walk is a pitcher to a guy like Hamilton is almost as close to giving up an extra base hit when you consider the ease that he has in taking second base.
We saw him last night swipe second, throw in into center field, and he was at third base just like that. Here's Andrew Dashbach. Runner goes. Called a strike, not even a throw from Brandon Martorano. I think that's the right decision.
Oh, that was great. Hamilton was pretty much 3/4 of the way to second base when that breaking ball pitch actually crossed home plate.
Dash flew out to center in his first at-bat. Now he's got a man at second. The 0-1. Misses upstairs, 1-1. And Martrano with a notable limp out there to have a conversation with Lingenfelter.
And this is really the first time that he's obviously had to pitch out of the stretch and, try a little something different in this outing. He'd been absolutely rolling until that one-out walk that he gave up to Hamilton. And when a pitcher's been cruising like that for so long, get a base runner on, maybe get in his head a little bit. A lot of baseball to be played right here, even though it is a 6-run ball game already.
Hamilton at second, Andrew Dashbach at the plate. 3 home runs to lead the way for the Red Sox so far this season. Lingenfelter sets at the chin, peeks at second. Righty with a little bend. Runner goes. Throw down to third, not nearly in time. Call the ball on the pitch. So 2-1 on Dash.
We've got something special here with David Hamilton. This is just fun to watch. I haven't seen a single attempt through these first 6 on the summer that's been anywhere near close.
Lingenfelter sets again. Here's the 2-1 offering. Upstairs, 3 balls and a strike, just an out. In the top of the 4th, the Red Sox trailing by 6 runs here. To the Whitecaps, they need to get to work. Dash waves the bat across the plate. The righty is ready. 3-1. Swing and a miss over a breaking ball that dropped off.
It's really the only way that you can pitch at Andrew. Any fastball that's located over the plate, he's probably going to drive. So I wouldn't be surprised if he went back to the breaking ball right here with a 3-2 count.
Hamilton at third. Lingenfelter sets at the chin, a little bend at the hip. Payoff pitch. Misses down low, ball 4. Runners at the corner for the Red Sox, and Quinn Cotton up with just an out.
That's all it takes. You see a few pitches, try and get into the mindset and break up the rhythm of a starter, and just as long as you get some base runners and continue the order to go down, good things are going to happen. Obviously, still no runs for the Red Sox, but the way that Cotton's been swinging the bat and Albert to follow, Whitey could turn this into a big inning.
Cotton, a 4-game hit streak. Grounded out to the shortstop in his first at-bat. Justin out here. Runners on the corner. Top of the 4th. First pitch. Fastball misses up and away. Dashbach, a little speed over at first. Not too much, though. Still no wind at Stony Brook Field. 1-0 offering. Upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. 3 straight balls from Zach Lingenfelter.
You can already just tell that he's shaken up a bit here, and that'll bring out Tommy Wember, the pitching coach, to have a conversation and try and calm him down a little bit. And, you still got a 6-run cushion. Yes, Cotton's a dangerous hitter, and yes, you obviously don't want to leave him a meatball right down the plate, but there's a way to pitch to this guy that's not just throwing fastballs a foot off the plate.
So an extended conversation here with Lingenfelter. A beautiful, beautiful Saturday evening at Stony Brook Field, Brewster, Mass. 6-0. Brewster leads YD, but the Red Sox threatening, and talked about it before so far, Dana. This YD offense can get them back in the game.
Right, and doing exactly what they've showcased already just in this 4th inning. Seeing pitches, finding base runners, nothing crazy, no huge power, not home runs. It's just this small ball that turns the lineup over and over. And in a blink of an eye, this could be a lot closer.
Red Sox with 2 straight base runners. Their first of the game. Here's the 2-0 offering. Breaking ball stays up and in. 3 balls and no strikes here on Quinn Cotton. We'll see if he's sitting dead red or if he gets the green light. Runners off the corner. 1 out, top of the 4th. Here's the 3-0. Fastball down Main Street, called a strike. Outfield straight away. Slight breeze toward left. Lingenfelter sets. Kicks with the 3-1. fouled off the end of the bat to the fence behind the plate, and this one runs full.
It's a great way to battle from Lingenfelter after he missed the strike zone those first 3 attempts to Cotton, especially on that previous 3-1 pitch. Lower third of the strike zone, and Cotton couldn't really turn on it in time.
Lingenfelter, the righty from Tennessee, peers in. 6-5 full comes set. Payoff pitch. Runner goes from first. This one trampoline to the third baseman who throws across the diamond for the first out. Dashbach over to third. He's in there safely. Molfetta fielded it. Threw on to first to retire. Cotton run comes in. Dash also over to third. 6-1. YD with their first run on the scoreboard.
It's a smart play by Molfetta in a ball game where you've got such a lead. You're just trying to record as many outs as possible, and he saw an easy one down the first baseline. And Cotton, it's a heads-up play from Dashbach, moving second to third. And what was a close play? Not really a guy known for his wheels, but you saw that Franklin was holding the baseball at first a little bit longer.
Not known for the speed, but certainly a little better speed than you'd expect. Here's Reese Albert, the 5-man. First pitch. This is down low. 2 outs in the top of the fourth. The Red Sox, their first run across. And Andrew Dashbach represents run number 2. He's at third base. 1-0 delivery. His line down the right field line. It is a fair ball. Goes into the corner. 1 run scores. Albert around first. He's into second base. A 2-out RBI double. 6-2. Red Sox chipping away here in the fourth.
That's the big-time hit that you need. Pretty much everything up until that blast from Albert had just been either walks or ground balls in the infield that had produced that run, but you needed that hit without recording the out, obviously, with Dashbach at third base. And Albert, arguably the hottest hitter in the YD lineup, found something he could drive and put it in a good spot.
Pinch hitter for the Red Sox, Luke Waddell, to step in, taking over for Christian Koss here in the fourth. We'll assume it's because of that hard hit he took with Hunter Bishop sliding into second base in the last frame. Albert off second. First pitch misses up and away.
Now at the plate, right number 3, Luke Waddell.
Waddell hitting 188 for YD. Struggle at the plate. Adds some defensively, though. Lingenfelter sets at the chin, peeks at second, 1-0. Bunted up high over the screen behind the plate now to play.
It's not easy to do. That was a lot of elevation on that bunt.
Well, that's what happens when you go up above the letters, going in that upward motion, kind of push it up in the air. Albert, with the after extending his hit streak now to 7 games, is off of second base. Waddell at the plate. 1-1 the count. The pitch. Squares around again, pulls it back. This one gets past Martirano at the plate. And Albert over to third now. 6-2, Brewster leads YD. Red Sox been working hard here with 2 outs in the top of the fourth, 2 runs across.
So now Waddell has shown bunt twice. With Albert at third, does he continue to do that? Does Scott Pickler go for the suicide squeeze here only in the 4th inning? We've seen crazier things.
It would be the wildest thing we've seen, and the corner still staying back here for the Whitecaps. Waddell the lefty, 2-1. Swings. He went around on a check swing, breaking ball low in the dirt. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning, and the Red Sox already with 2 runs across. Albert leads off of third. Lingenfelter, the righty, toes the first base side of the rubber. He comes set. 2-2 offering. Fastball misses down low. Count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. YD has done an excellent job of working counts this inning.
I mean, we were just talking a few moments ago about that pitch count of Lingenfelter hanging around in the mid-30s. He's been so efficient. YD needed an inning like this to score not only a couple runs, but bring that pitch count up.
Payoff pitch. is lofted out of play left side into the trees. Another one to come.
Waddell's just got a battle here. He's not a guy that's probably going to drive something deep and bring in that run, but if you can either work the walk or eke out something within the infield, try and continue this inning. You got a good power hitter on deck in Zach Zubia.
Coming into the inning, Whitey with no hits, no base runners. After the first out recorded, 2 straight walks. Ground out RBI and a double down the right field line. The first hit to Reese Albert. Payoff pitch. This is up and away, and runners on the corner again for the Red Sox. This time it's Zach Zubia swagging up to the plate.
What a great at-bat from Luke Waddell to work that and force Lingenfelter to put him on first base, and he had to protect. Fought off a couple different pitches. Not your most talented hitter, but he does his job, gets on base, and continues the inning.
Zubia has some power. One big fly so far this season for the Red Sox. With the Longhorns, Zubia hit 11 home runs. He's settling into the righty batter's box. Runners on the corner, 2 outs, top of the 4th, 2 runs across the first pitch. Up around the eyes, throw down to first. Waddell just back in there safely with a head-first slide.
Waddell had a very, very hefty secondary lead. And I like that approach from Martorano. Even if he didn't get him, now you're probably going to reduce that a little bit on this next try from Waddell.
Lingenfelter sets. 2 runs already across for the Red Sox this inning. The 1-0. Breaking ball. Spotted for a strike. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Whitey trails Brewster 6-2. Whitecaps got out to a hot start. 5 runs in the first inning. Sent all 9 batters to the plate. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball in the dirt. Zubia has to battle here down a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, no business swinging at that, and give Lingenfelter credit. Maybe it looks good coming in. The bottom just completely dropped out.
Martorano, the catcher, delivers some signals to the infield. Runners on the corner. 2 outs. Lingenfelter toes the rubber. Ball and 2 strikes from the stretch. Kicks with the pitch. Swung on and hit sky high into shallow center field. The second baseman, Massey, goes out, and he makes the catch to retire the side here in the 4th. But the Red Sox strike. They score 2 runs on just a hit and leave 2 on base. 6-2, Brewster leads YD through 3.5. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
It means caring about the future of Cape Cod, our home. It means that by supporting each other, we all thrive together. Narcissic Disposal, local Cape Cod company, cleaning and greening the Cape, one stop at a time. From capturing a diving catch for that money shot of your coveted Cape Cottage, from weddings and other special moments to an unforgettable family portrait on the beach, trust your most treasured memories to Niche Photography. Rob Niche is ready and eager to apply his extraordinary talents to produce magical images for you and your family. Niche Photography, official photographer of the Brewster Whitecaps. You'll find the finest and freshest seafood on Cape Cod at Orleans Seafood Market. Try their mouth-watering lobster roll, or pick out your own lobsters and have them cooked for free. Find everything you need for an old-fashioned Cape Cod flambe. Orleans Seafood Market, 18 Colony Way in Orleans. Open 7 days a week.
Ladies and gentlemen, now at second base for the YD Red Sox, wearing number 3, Luke Waddell.
Home half of the 4th at Stony Brook Field, 6-2. Brewster leads YD. The Red Sox scoring 2 runs in the 4th inning, trying to make this one interesting as Ty Madrigal out for his 2nd inning of work. Came in the third inning. Allowed one hit, and a fielder's choice retired that. Faced 4 batters in the third inning. It'll be the 9-man Christian Malfetta out of Stanford to start out the fourth. Whitecaps scored 5 runs in the first. A run in the second. The first pitch. Check swing. Peel down and no swing, says Sam Finn. So 1-0 count. Beautiful Saturday evening as wind blowing lightly toward the left field line. Plenty of fans on hand here at Stony Brook Field. The 1-0. Fastball misses up and away. 2 balls and no strikes on the net. 9-man Christian Malfetta leading off the fourth inning for Brewster. Malfetta 2 for his last 16. The 2-0 misses outside, and Madrigal, the lefty, a tough start. 3 balls and no strikes here in the fourth. Madrigal from the stretch, 3-0. Misses outside, a 4-pitch walk to Christian Malfetta here to start out the fourth inning. So the first walk allowed by Madrigal, and only the second walk all game long by YD pitching staff. They've just been hit hard. Whitecaps 6 runs on 7 hits. It's the one-man Dom Canzone up. Looks at a first pitch breaking ball upstairs. Now 5 straight balls from Madrigal to start the fourth. Canzone 1 for 2. An infield single. He scored in the first and struck out looking. 1-0. Called a strike. Took a little off that one. Placed it around the knees. Malfetta off of first. No outs. Bottom of the fourth. Madrigal the 1-1. Takes something off it there again, and that's again at the knees. Called a strike, a ball, and 2 strikes now on the one-man Canzone. It's extended his hitting streak to 7 games. The single in the first. 1-2. Waved at and missed. 3 straight off-speed pitches to retire Canzone. Second strikeout of the evening for Madrigal. So 1 out in the bottom of the fourth inning. Malfetta still aboard at first base, and here comes the speedy Ray Alejo, 1 for 1. Scored 2 runs. His first plate appearance hit by a pitch. First pitch to the righty. Called a strike at the knees. Malfetta leads off first. 0-1 is grounded into the Whitecaps dugout on the third base side. Madrigal trying to keep this game close. YD scoring 2 in the top half of the inning. Trying to claw back. 0-2 is swung on and tapped off the foot. Alejo tapped it off his front foot and bending over for a second. A little walk around the plate. As of late, we've seen so many hitters fouling it off themselves. Some catchers taking beatings. Brandon Martirano today. It's worn some pitches behind the plate. But Alejo will stay in this one, the righty. Stepping back in now. He's in an 0-2 hole with an out, bottom of the fourth. Madrigal, the lefty, sets the pitch. Misses low and away. Alejo is at Mississippi in 2016. Appeared in 13 games. Transferred to Central Michigan. Throw over to first, and Malfetta back easily. Transferred to Central Florida. Had to sit out a year, and this past season hit .299 in 55 games. Stole 34 bags. 1-2, up and away. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on the right fielder, Ray Alejo.
Hang in there, Ray.
Madrigal sets 2-2. Off speed, misses up and away, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Justin out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Left side of the infield in shade, as well as home plate out to the mound, all shade. The outfield still full of sunlight, though. Madrigal sets. Runner goes, payoff pitch is swung on, grounded into the hole, left side and into left field. Molfetta around second. Here's the throw into third. It's high. Madrigal backs it up, but that allows Alejo to advance to second base. So now runners on second and third. Justin out in the home half of the 4th. Whitey pitching again in some trouble. Molfetta showing some speed, going first to third there, was taking off with the pitch. That's the 3-man Jesse Franklin, 2 for 2 with 2 singles, also scored a run. YD infield comes up, trailing by 4 runs. Here in the bottom of the 4th, just 1 out. Madrigal sets, lefty with the first pitch. Breaking ball sweeps outside. YD hasn't lost in their last 5 games, 4-0-1. One tie 2 days ago, 7-7 against the Harbor Hawks, as the 1-0 is swung on, popped straight up the chute. Foul ground behind the plate. Kerner is there, and he makes the catch a few steps up the third base side. A huge out for Ty Madrigal. Now 2 away with runners on second and third in the 4th. Kerner, a nice job to track that ball. Popped sky high. He's in shade behind the plate thanks to the press box and the trees up the third base side. As a catcher, so difficult to kind of drift around and find that ball. Mike Massey, the 4-man, is up. First pitch. That plunks him, a breaking ball on the back. Now the base is loaded for Hunter Bishop. Second Whitecaps player hit by a pitch so far today. Bishop stepping up, been red hot. Single today, also walked in a run, up with the bases loaded. So collected the easy RBI there. Molfetta at third, Alejo at second, Massey off of first. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. The first pitch squares around, but he pulls it back, and that one misses low and away. Whitecaps have lost 3 straight coming into today. Offenses look terrific. The 1-0 is swung on and missed. Off speed, past Bishop, who's out in front of it. Bases full of Whitecaps here in the 4th, but 2 outs. Madrigal, the lefty, trying to work out of the jam. 1-1 offering. Swung on and missed. Off-speed pitch came up high around the letters, and Bishop again swung through it. Wind picks up a bit, blowing out toward left field. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Madrigal sets. 1-2 offering. Waved at and missed. A breaking ball going toward the outer third and falling off the plate. Bishop slams the bat and breaks it. And the Whitecaps leave the bases loaded here in the 4th. No runs on a hit. 3 men left on base. 6-2 Whitecaps through 4 innings here at the ballpark. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Come to the Cape to the beach. Now you know the shortcut. Pretty fishy properties. Cape Cod Select Vacation Rental. Cape Cod Healthcare is the leading provider of healthcare services for residents and visitors of Cape Cod. 2 acute care hospitals, more than 450 physicians. More information, please visit capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Healthcare. Expert physician, quality hospital, superior care. From the very beginning, the Kinlan Grover mission has remained constant. to help our clients make the best real estate decisions and to uphold the highest standard of ethics and professionalism. Finland Global, your home team.
Ladies and gentlemen, behind the plate, we have a new catcher, lane number 11, from the University of Michigan, Joe Donovan.
It's the top of the 5th inning, and Zach Lingenfelter back out for his 5th inning of work. Been a good start for him so far. Allowed 2 runs, just a hit. And that all came in the 4th inning. Really flew through the first 3, went 10 up, 10 down, and then allowed 2 walks and a 2-out double down the right field line. Another walk in there as well for Luke Waddell, the pinch hitter. It'll be Nick Quintana, the 8-man duo. New catcher in, Joe Donovan, now behind the plate for the Whitecaps. Tough day for Brandon Martirano. A couple foul balls off that left leg and really seemed to stiffen up a little bit there.
Especially that second one. He was down for the count, good 3 or 4 minutes. I was surprised to even see that he came back and went back in the crowd. You give him a lot of credit for battling through that.
Lingenfelter winds up, kicks with the first pitch. Bus Quintana inside. And Quintana struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. 6 strikeouts for Lingenfelter or so far. 1-0 delivery. Upstairs. Now 2 balls and no strikes on Quintana.
If you're the Red Sox, you want to try and just build an inning as similar as possible you can to that 4th. Make Lingenfelter throw some pitches, try and work some walks, get some base runners, and see if you can get to this bullpen maybe in the 6th.
Here's the 2-0. Swung on and in the air, but out of play right side, just behind us.
Ooh, that was not a good sound. There were a lot of oohs and ahs from that crowd. It's a dangerous spot. You come to a Cape League game and you're not behind the screen. You got to be paying attention. Some big league foul balls going left and right.
2-1 on its way. Waved at and missed. A nasty breaking ball down into the dirt. Now Lingenfelter battles back. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Quintana leading off the 5th. Whitey trails by 4 here. Put up 2 runs in the 4th. 2-2 delivery. Just got a piece of it. Fastball. Quintana fouls it off.
Barely. And you talk about the disparity in velocity that Quintana has to deal with here. Is that nasty breaking ball from Lingenfelter coming to get that 2nd swinging strike. And then he tries to go with a heater. Almost blows it past him.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Quintana, leading off the 5th. Lingenfelter, first base side of the rubber. 6'5" righty from Tennessee winds. The pitch. Upstairs. Swing and a miss for Quintana. Got that fastball past him, and that's strikeout number 7 for Zach Lingenfelter.
He went with the same approach on 2-2 as he did before and just brought up the elevation a little bit. Might have pumped up the velocity a tad as well, and Quintana was just swinging out of his shoes.
Lefty warms in the Brewster bullpen, out of play down that left field line. Here's Adam Kerner with 1 out in the top of the 5th. First pitch. Waved at and missed. Another breaking ball dropping off down low. It's been nasty so far today.
Oh, it's just a really tough way to start your at-bat, too. Might be expecting that get-me-over fastball, and he drops that on you. It's just really tough.
Oh, 1 pitch on its way. Skips into the mid of Donovan. Coming into the day for Lingenfelter against lefties, hitting just 167, righties hitting over 300. He's done a good job of silencing all of the Red Sox, allowing just a hit. 1-1. Up, and that hit Kerner up high. He goes down. And we'll take a break. 6-2. Brewster leads YD here in the top of the fifth. Kerner 10-2.
Hey, Chris, you lost the boathouse key. You can find it down at the 50-50 table.
Adam Kerner is up and walking off under his own power. He's okay. That ball just kind of stung him, got him up high, and fortunately was wearing the extension to the helmet that goes out and protects the mouth. But Kerner's day is done. It'll be Matt Dyer over at first base to run. A scary moment here at the ballpark in the top of the fifth inning.
Matt Dyer, ladies and gentlemen.
Fortunately, Kerner is okay. Certainly had his wits about him. But it took a moment to come off, and now the Whitecaps will make a change. Zach Lingenfelter is done after pitching 4 1/3. Out 2 runs, just a hit, and he's responsible for now Matt Dyer
Hey, folks,
at first base. We'll take a break one more time here in the top of the fifth inning. Whitecaps call to the bullpen. 6-2, Brewster leads YD. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, pitching change on the mound from Oklahoma State, Brady Basso. Hey, kids, just to let you know that the middle of the 6th inning, they will be having the pitch on.
Brady Basso, the lefty from Oklahoma State, standing at 6'2", now in making his 5th appearance here for the Whitecaps in the top of the 5th.
Appearance number 5, 6 2/3 innings. Coming up for Brady Basso, wearing number 48, Oklahoma State kid, and a lefty who comes into a ball game that the Whitecaps have been in control of from pretty much out of the get-go. Whitey putting up a fight here, and it'll be Basso's duty to take over for Lingenfelter, who surely had his best start, at least as far as this summer is concerned, entering today with that ERA close to 10. Today's effort surely will bring that down.
Lingenfelter finishes pitching 4 1/3, 1 hit, 2 runs, 3 walks, 7 Ks. He's responsible for Matt Dyer with 1 out. Dyer over at first base, pinch running for Adam Kerner. And Zach Ashford, the lefty, steps up. So lefty-lefty matchup here in the top of the 5th. 6-2, Brewster leads YD. First pitch from Basso. Swing and a miss. Basso, 5 starts, 18 appearances for Oklahoma State. 8.27 ERA. He sets above the belt. Kicks with the 0-1. Slapped foul out of play to the left side. Basso coming with more of a slide step here home.
He hasn't pitched in over a week, all the way back to the month of June, where he went 2 innings, gave up 1 run against the Orleans Firebirds in a 3-3 tie.
Dyer off of first. Basso sets, kicks the 0-2. Swung on and a grounder to the right side. Massey Fields flips on to second for 1. And a first in time. 4-6-3. The double play. And the Red Sox retired here in the 5th. 6-2, Brewster leads YD through 4.5. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
One highlight will be the Cumberland Farms home run hitting contest. There will also be an autograph session and large merchandise village with items from most of the team. Be sure to buy your tickets now, right here at the 50-50 table. Tickets are just $5. Part of the proceeds will support our own Whitecaps. The Cape Cod 5-cent Savings Bank, founded in 1855. Back when baseball was an adventure, a bank committed to serving its customers by understanding their financial goals and providing quality financial products with the highest level of integrity and superb customer service. Cape Cod 5, proud sponsor of the Brewster Whitecaps. Cape Cod Healthcare is the leading provider of healthcare services for residents and visitors of Cape Cod. 2 acute care hospitals and more than 450 physicians. For more information, please visit capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Healthcare, expert physicians, quality hospitals.
Bottom of the 5th inning, 6-2 lead for the Whitecaps over the YD Red Sox here in game number 22 of the season for the Red Sox. So after tonight, we'll be at the halfway point of the regular season. YD in first place with 27 points. The Whitecaps bringing up the caboose, though, putting in a good effort so far today. They scored those 5 runs back in the first inning, followed it up with 1 in the second. That's helped build the 6-2 advantage. Tyler Madrigal back out to man the bump for the Red Sox for inning number 3 of work. He entered at the start of the top of the 3rd, and so far he's been really solid, sending down these Whitecaps hitters, giving up 2 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Cam Eden will start things off in the bottom of the 5th inning against the lefty Madrigal, batting from the right side.
Thanks to both these catchers getting beat up today.
First pitch, missing away off speed. You're right, Dyer now back doing the duties behind home plate, catching the lefty Madrigal from St. Mary's. 1-0, fastball, cut and a miss from Eden to even the count up at 1-1. It's a painful position. You know, the price that you could possibly pay when you get behind home plate. Dyer in there substituting for Kerner after he was hit by a pitch. Up and at him, though. 1-1, just missing away. 2 balls and a strike with no outs. Bases empty in the bottom of the 5th inning. Whitecaps lead it 6-2 at their hometown field, Stony Brook Field. Madrigal sets. 2-1 is lofted out into shallow right field, now into foul territory. Dashbach moving over by the dugout, and he makes the grab. Nice play from the first baseman for YD.
That kind of goes back to Dash with that not crazy blazing fast speed, but just a quick feet, agility, moving over and got a good jump on that one, able to track it down.
Joe Donovan will bat for the first time this afternoon, replacing Brandon Martirano. Donovan the righty. Madrigal's first pitch, a fastball, connects for a strike right at the knees. Donovan 5'11", 185, batting from the right side. A junior at Michigan. 0-1 from Madrigal is driven out into center field, past the glove of Waddell. Falls in for a base hit. Waddell now at second base, gave it a run out into shallow center field, but couldn't get up high enough.
And busting him in on the hands. They're the broken bat.
46 from Stanford University, the DH, Brandon Wolf.
1 on, 1 out. Wolf will dig in for at bat number 3 of the afternoon. An RBI single in the first inning. And then also flew out to Cotton, that coming to end the third inning. First pitch from Madrigal, fastball away. Dyer catches it, thought about throwing down over to first. That's one addition for having Dyer behind home plate now. Not to harp on Kerner's arm, but Dyer, he's got an impressive cannon behind home plate. Madrigal, the lefty, looks at first and deals the 1-0. It misses at the shoelaces. 2-0 on the 8-man, the designated hitter for the Whitecaps. Wolf, 194 hitter entering today. Picked up an RBI 4, 2-0. This is low. 3 balls, no strikes. Madrigal working against the 8-man as Martirano takes his lead back off of first. Dashbach holding him on and shielding the sun. Coming from left to right, sporting the shades. 3-0 from Madrigal. Fastball misses away. 4 straight balls issued to Brandon Wolf, and a free pass as well. It'll be first and second with 1 down for the bottom of the order and Christian Molfetta.
Number 17 for your Whitecaps out of Stanford University.
Just the second walk that Madrigal has given up. First and second, 1 away, 4-run ball game. Whitecaps hoping to extend that advantage. Had a chance back in the 4th. Madrigal struck out Bishop with the bases loaded. Lefty on righty matchup. First pitch breaking ball inside. Spins Molfetta around in the righty box. Eden popping out to Dashbach to begin the bottom of the 5th. A single from Martirano to shallow center, and now a walk from Wolf has put 2 aboard. 1-0. This inside as well, 2-0. 6 straight balls pitched by Tyler Madrigal. Struggling out of the gate here in the 5th. Long look in at Dyer. Setting right at the chest, glances at second, deals the 2-0 fastball that's ripped foul on the right side. 2-1 count now with 1 away. 2 runs off of 1 hit for the Red Sox. 6 runs off of 9 hits for the Whitecaps. 1 error that was recorded by the Red Sox coming back in the 3rd. Set from Madrigal. Deals the 2-1. Fastball on the outer 3rd for a strike. No offering from Molfetta. Evens the count up at 2-2. Kaufman just goes 2/3 of the 1st inning. Denholm took us to the 3rd, and since then, it's been the lefty Madrigal manning the bump for YD. Glances at second. 2-2. Off-speed slow roller to Waddell at second. Flips to second for 1. Over to first in time. 4-6-3 double play turned to perfection by the YD middle infield. And Tyler Madrigal gets out of the jam. We go to the top of the 6th. 6-2 lead for the Whitecaps. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
It's with their support that we're able to preserve our long-standing tradition of providing the best family entertainment here on Cape Cod. On behalf of the YD Red Sox and the Brewster Whitecaps, the league officers and the entire Cape Creek family would like to announce and thank our 2018 corporate sponsors. With much appreciation, we recognize the Yorkie Foundation, Chatham Bars Inn, Curry College, Cape Cod Healthcare, 99 Restaurants, Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod, Cape Cod Potato Chips, Cumberland Farm, Baseball Factory, Badger Sport, Cape Anonymous License Plate, 47 Brand, Cape Cod 5-cent Savings Bank, Stop and Shop, Speed Bar, Peeps and Watson. And we'll be back to you in the next inning, the second half, this outstanding list of Laura sponsors.
Through 5 full innings at Stony Brook Field, a 6-2 lead for the Brewster Whitecaps over the visiting YD Red Sox. 2-3-4 to go for YD. Hamilton, Dashbach, and Cotton expected here in the top of the 6th to face Brady Basso back out for inning number 2 of relief. Solid inning in the 5th. Struck out Quintana. Hit Kerner with that pitch, but then picked up that 4-6-3 double play to end the 5th inning. Hamilton in the lefty box. First pitch shows bunt and hits it foul to the left fencing off of home plate. Trying to bunt for a single to begin this 6th inning. Got terrific speed. Basso, the lefty, sets. 0-1 pitch. Cut on and a soft grounder foul down the first base line. Quickly 0-2 on Hamilton, who's 0 for 1 today. Struck out swinging back in the 1st inning. That one of 7 Lingenfelter punch-outs. And then in the 4th inning, walked and stole 2 bags, came around to score. That's something we're saying quite a bit about David Hamilton. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Another foul, this one to the right side. Meeting number 3 of 6 in the regular season between YD and Brewster. So far, the Red Sox with 3 of a possible 4 points against the Whitecaps. We had that 4-4 tie back on June 19th. 0-2 pitch again. Fastball stays high at the letters. A ball and 2 strikes on Hamilton with no outs and no one on base. In the top of the 6th inning, 4-run lead for Brewster.
Teams faced off 9 times last year with the playoffs.
1-2 off speed and drops right into the strike zone. Hamilton can't believe it. He goes down looking for the first out of the 6th.
Boy, that one just falling so much. Could have missed high, could have missed low. Called strike 3.
Basso's first K. Now he'll face Andrew Dashbach. Dangerous hitter out of Stanford for the Red Sox, batting .328. 3 home runs and 9 runs batted in. Lefty on righty matchup. First pitch, a fastball driven out into deep right center field. Alejo going back on it, and that one hops the fence. Dashbach cruising into second base, and he'll hold up there. A 1-out double for Andrew Dashbach, putting a ride into it. YD in business in the 6th.
Wow, and if we had the humidity that we had these past couple days kind of tapered off today, heck, I wonder if that's a round tripper for Dash, but got a great piece of that. Sitting back on it, going the other way to right center field, and we've seen Dash willing and able to do that. Sit back on the baseball, not pull happy like we see a lot of power hitters.
Dashbach now off of second base with 1 away in the 6th. Quinn Cotton digs into the righty box. Basso looks at second, now fires home a fastball, just nicked foul by Cotton to the fence. 0-1 on Quinn, the 4-hitter tonight for the Red Sox. Most recently grounded out into a fielder's choice. And then another ground out in the 2nd. Guy that's got a great bat, showcased it so far for YD. 26 hits through 20 games. 0-1 pitch to Cotton. Off speed, and it falls low. He lays off of it to even the count up at a ball and a strike. 4-game hitting streak at the moment for Cotton. Hoping to extend it here and move Dashbach around the base paths. Basso sets just above the belt and deals the 1-1 fastball. Inside out swing past the glove of Franklin into shallow right field. Dashbach will cruise into home with ease. Sliding into second goes Cotton. He's safe. A YD cutting this lead in half after it was 6-0 just a few innings ago. Cruising back now, 6-3 Brewster.
That need 3 on Jesse Franklin, who kind of lazily just wanted to backhand that ball along that first base line. And he kind of popped up. That ball stayed low, right under it. Cotton with the speed, able to advance to second as well.
6-3 lead for the Whitecaps. 3 straight runs for the Red Sox, and Albert will dig in from the left side. Cotton in scoring position, taking a lead off of second base. Dangerous Albert at the plate. First pitch. Fastball on the inner third, a called strike. Back in the fourth, it was Reese picking up Whitey's first hit of the afternoon. Smoked a double down the right field line. Turned on it to score a run. 0-1 pitch. Another fastball. Nicked foul. Quickly 0-2 on Albert. He's got to protect with 1 out. And Cotton on second. Lefty on lefty matchup in the top of the sixth. 3-run lead for the Whitecaps. YD digging in here. 0-2 pitch to Albert, off speed. He sits on it, but puts it foul out of play to the left side over the bleachers. Count stays at no balls and 2 strikes just past the 7 o'clock hour on the East Coast. Still a ton of fans hanging around here at Stony Brook Field. The Whitecaps are hoping for win number 5 of the summer. Another 0-2 pitch to Albert. He drills this one out of the gap in right field. Fielded by Alejo. Relays it in quickly. That'll keep Cotton at third base, but another hit for Reese Albert, a single. Runners at the corners with 1 away.
For YD, when they start feeling it, boy, look out. They're a team that can beat anybody across the Cape and can score almost an unlimited amount of runs. I mean, 12 runs the other night for the Red Sox. They've been scoring a ton lately. 7 runs in each of the last 2 games for YD.
Luke Waddell, a late addition to this ball game, replacing Christian Koss. He's only had 1 plate appearance, and he walked back in the 4th inning, was stranded. Now bats with runners at the corners and 1 away. Basso looks at first, now deals a fastball, and Waddell swings at the first pitch, but puts it into the Brewster bullpen. Good contact for Waddell, just a little bit late.
Yeah, just slapping that one down the left field line, and you hate to see it. Want to see him straighten that one out.
1 out, Cotton on third base, 90 feet away from that 4th Red Sox run. Albert is on first. 0-1 to Waddell, off speed and drops in for a strike. 0-2. Basso working ahead of these Red Sox hitters here in the 6th. Lefty from Oklahoma State in appearance number 5 of the summer. Readying the 0-2 pitch to Waddell. Here it is. Fastball and just a slow ground ball to Eden, the shortstop. Only play will be over at first, and it's not in time. Luke Waddell beats it out for an infield single, collects an RBI, and the Red Sox are within 2.
And it's this YD team game after game, not overpowering you, but just doing the little things, hustling out the ground ball. And you know who I give some credit to there over at first?
Who do you? Can I guess?
Dan Jaffe. Because he immediately gives you the safe call. It took Sam Finn an extra moment to make that call. I give it to Jaff over there.
I mean, if you're looking at it, it's got to be the easier call to make.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, 2 aboard, 1 out. 6-4 lead now for Brewster, and Zubia digs in from the right side. First pitch, off speed, bounces off of home plate. Donovan keeps it in front of him. 1-0 the count on the Texas Longhorn. 2 runs already in the 6th inning. Albert off the middle bag. Waddell a lead off of first. Neither held on. As YD tries to climb its way back in. 1-0 pitch to Zubia. Fastball right down the middle for a strike. That evens the count up at 1-1.
You know, Dan telling us it's his mission to chat up as many people as possible out on the field. You never know how it helps you out. He actually, from time to time, will take some different things. Guys in the dugout want to learn more about the first baseman that he's tasked with finding out.
1-1 to Zubia. Hit hard right at the third baseman. Molfetta, it goes past him. Albert will take third. Waddell to second. Zubia to first. Bases all juiced with 1 away. And Nick Quintana striding to the plate.
Boy, Christian Molfetta called the hot corner for a reason. Had a tough play to make and not able to make it there. I think they're going to give a hit for YD.
They actually will call it an error on Molfetta.
Boy, you hate to see that, Dana.
God, that's just a tough. You'd hope that maybe some hometown scoring will play into it, but that was hit unbelievably hard right at third base, and so hard that Molfetta's getting some attention now from a couple of the trainers.
Smiling, jumping around a little bit. But wow, a lot of players getting beaten up today. You really hate to see it.
Did go off his mitt, but was one of the hardest balls I've seen this summer. So, nevertheless, bases loaded, 1 out. Quintana at the plate facing the lefty Brady Basso in a 2-run ball game. Basso sets just above the belt, deals the first pitch, a fastball buried in the dirt, and Quintana lays off of it. Nick 0 for 2 today. 2 strikeouts, both swinging, both against Lingenfelter. His first look at Basso here comes in the top of the 6th. Red Sox at every station, 1 away. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Quintana. Lays off of it, but it catches the outside corner. Evens the count up at a ball and a strike with Matt Dyer standing on deck. Hoping he gets his first plate appearance of the afternoon, substituting for Dyer. Albert on third, Waddell at second, Zubia off of first base. 1 out in the 6th. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Quintana. Breaking ball that bounces in front of home plate. Donovan quickly smothers it, keeps it in front of him, and keeps Albert over at third. 2 balls and a strike. Red Sox mounting a rally in Brewster. Only down 2 runs. They were down 6-0 after 2 innings. Bases loaded, 1 away. 2-1 pitch. Fastball on the inner third. A called strike 2. Quintana doesn't love it. He'd scoot it out of the way. Now he'll have to dig in and protect with a 2-2 count. Arizona Wildcat crawls back into the righty box. Basso shakes off one sign, agrees with the next from Donovan, and sets. 2-2 to Quintana. Fastball missing inside. Count is pushed full with 1 out and the bases loaded. Albert off of third. Waddell takes his lead off of second. Zubia, a hefty lead off of first base with 1 out. 3-2 count on Nick Quintana. Red Sox trailing by 2 runs. Basso sets. Payoff pitch. Quintana drills this one out into left field. Cazzoni in with it. Caught, thrown in. Play at the plate. And they got him. Albert dead in the water at home plate. A double play turned by the Whitecaps. And that ends the inning with minimal damage. Red Sox put up a pair. They trail 6-4 as we go to the home half of the 6th inning. You're listening to YD Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Continuing with our corporate sponsors, we also want to recognize and thank Lincoln Sports, Advanced Embroidery, Cape Destination, Robert B. Hour, Sullivan Tire, Diamond Sports, Vacation in Cape Cod, Cape Cod Veterinary Specialist, Cape Cod Times, Fairway Financial, Raymond Grover Real Estate, Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce, Highline Cruises, Sports Bet, Contact Sports, Constable Bath, Hyannis Area Chamber of Commerce, H.P. Hood, Sutherland Printing, Access Back, and of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take the quick opportunity to thank one particular advertiser with us with the Cape Cod Baseball League. Of course, that was the veterinary specialist of Cape Cod, because they are the ones that brought back to life Canine Hero.
Home half of the 6th inning. Red Sox get back 2 runs in the top of the 6th. They'll leave the bases loaded. Now 6-4 the score going into the bottom of the 6th. Dana Gray now joined by Jacob Jordan. We swap out Brandon Pelter. We bring in our MLB scout liaison turned broadcaster. Jacob, thanks so much for grabbing a headset. You're being very courageous. This, outing number 2 for you in the past week?
Exactly, outing number 2, and it's actually kind of fun. I like doing it.
Well, it's glad to hear it. It's a good time. Not a bad way to spend a summer. Madrigal back out for another inning of work. He'll face Canzone to begin the 6th. First pitch missing away, in and out of the glove of Dyer, and Madrigal's coming and really filled some important innings for Scott Pickler after not pitching a whole lot so far this summer. Put in some big-time outs for the Red Sox, got out of a couple of jams. Now facing Dominic Canzone. 1-0 is drilled right back up the middle. That sends Madrigal down to the dirt to avoid it. A leadoff single for Canzone. Just looked like he was sitting right on that one.
Absolutely, and you're talking about Madrigal having a big day today. Or his last outing in Hyannis, he actually stepped up through some big innings.
He sure did. Situation where the Red Sox picked up 3 of a possible 4 points from the Harbor Hawks. Good holiday stretch on Wednesday, Thursday, and Ray Halejo will ding in with no outs in the bottom of the 6th. Runner off of first is Canzone. Madrigal, the lefty, setting above the belt, throws home. This one nicked foul. Bunt attempt from Alejo, couldn't get around on it. So tell us what is a hitter trying to do when he's placing down a bunt for a sacrifice? Take us through the mindset.
Number one, I think, is not pop it up. Obviously, we had a situation earlier in the year where we popped one up and got turned for a double play. So the biggest thing is just executing, right here, getting another run across, getting the bunt down, and moving your teammate.
0-1 pitch, slap foul, out of play. Yeah, you talk about that mistake from the Red Sox back in that game against the Anglers, what seems like months ago. This summer's flying by. Would you say the same, Jacob?
It is. It seems like we've only been here, like a week, but it's been half the season.
Flying by quickly after tonight, halfway through the regular season. 0-2 pitch from Madrigal, a fastball placed outside. You like that 0-2 approach?
Yeah, I think so. I think you got to take. You don't want to give your opposing pitcher 3 pitches and an out.
Canzone off of first, no outs. 1-2 count on Alejo. Madrigal's pitch, off speed, called strike 3, throw down to second. Waddell fields it. They double him up. Red Sox, phenomenal job. Dyer with the cannon behind home plate, just like that. 2 outs on 1 pitch.
I think he slid a little early there. It's like his body stopped about a foot before the bag, so pretty easy throw down for Matt Dyer.
Did have a lot of velocity on that throw, and Madrigal picks up another strikeout, make it 4 for him. Having a career day for the Red Sox as they try and scrap their way back into this ball game. 2 away now in the bottom of the 6th. 3-man Jesse Franklin will bat from the left side. He'll take strike 1 off speed to begin his at-bat. Madrigal getting ahead of another hitter. 2 for 3 Franklin today with a pair of singles coming in the first and the second inning. And popped out to the catcher. 0-1 down to an E, wave and a miss. Quickly 0-2. What's Madrigal looking here ahead in the count?
I mean, he got him back-to-back breaking balls. I think you got to throw him another one.
2 away in the bottom of the 6th. 6-4 lead for the Whitecaps. Base paths empty. Madrigal setting just above the belt. Deals the 0-2. Hit hard on a 1-hop to Quintana off of his glove. It rolls into shallow left field. Cotton to retrieve it. A base runner here for the Whitecaps in the bottom of the 6th in Jesse Franklin.
Yeah, Madrigal went back to the breaking ball, and that time he was sitting on it, so got a runner aboard.
The mindset of the game and 3 straight thrown from Madrigal. Franklin was ready for that next one. Quintana looked like maybe he had a play on that. They call it an E5, just like they called it on Molfetta back in the top of the 6th. Another hard hit ball at the hot corner. Mike Massey digs in, swings through the first pitch. Another breaking ball from Madrigal to start the at-bat. Massey 1 for 2, singling back in the first, came around to score, ground out, and he's also been plunked by a pitch. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Madrigal. That dips away to even the count up at 1-1. So you said summer, it's going by quickly. Red Sox in a good spot here, top of the East. Anything in particular that you think they need to work on as a group or collectively to really push for the playoffs is the 1-1 called strike on the outer third.
I think the offense is doing great. I think the only thing maybe we could tighten up as a team would be the pitching. Out of the pen, I think our starters need to get a little bit, go a little bit farther, get a little bit more done in their time in the game. So that'd be the biggest thing.
1-2 pitch, breaking ball, wave and a miss, strike 3. Madrigal strikes out Massey, and we're done with the 6th inning. Let's go to the top of the 7th. 6-4 lead for the Whitecaps. You're listening to YD Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
For performance wear that's slab tested, game proven, and guaranteed for life. Badge of Sport is the name that's trusted by coaches, players, and fans alike. Badge of Sport, proud to be the national sponsor of the Cape Cod League, and proud to help athletes make their big league dreams come true.
Ladies and gentlemen, pitching change, wearing number 32 for your Brewster Whitecaps. From Clemson, Owen Griffith.
Through 6 full innings at Stony Brook Field, a 6-4 lead for the hometown Brewster Whitecaps over the visiting YD Red Sox. A new pitcher on the bump for Jamie Shevchuk club. Owen Griffin coming into the ball game, 6'1", 190, the righty out of Clemson, about to make appearance number 6.
Yeah, Griffin, 5 appearances so far, 8.2 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, 7 hits, and 2 walks, so seems to be pretty efficient.
ERA just over 2. Has a decision to his name. It was a victory that came back on June 22nd over the Kettleers, where he went 2 innings. Most recently played at Gov Fuller Field, where he went 2 full, giving up 1 run not earned and just the lone hit. And you mentioned, Jacob, a 7-2 strikeout to walks ratio, not half bad for a reliever, and he'll face the bottom of the order so far for the Red Sox in Matt Dyer, getting his first plate appearance, replacing Adam Kerner, who was hit hard with a fastball from Zach Lingenfelter. Put him down for a moment, though he did walk up and seem to be okay. It's the first pitch to Dyer, shows bunt, pulls it back, but it's a called strike right down the middle to begin the top of the 7th, with Whitey threatening back in the 6th. They put 2 runs across to make this a 2-run ball game, but with the bases loaded, Nick Quintana lines out to left field, and Reese Albert, trying to tag and score, was called out at home plate. 0-1 fastball on the outer third, 0-2 on Dyer.
You were speaking about the Albert being thrown out, and I heard you and Brandon talking about it earlier. A lot of bang-bang plays here when we play at Brewster.
It sure seems to be that way. Something in the water here at Stony Brook Field. 0-2, a chopper charged by the shortstop. Eden will actually be the third baseman, Molfetta, to make the throw, and just in time to get Dyer maybe by half a step charging down the line.
Yeah, Molfetta showed some great instincts right there. Read the ball great and got a good jump, and that's the only reason he got Dyer out that time.
Wasn't a hard hit ball. Had some loft to the bounce, and Molfetta with the charge in time to get the first out of the 7th inning. Now Zach Ashford, the leadoff man for the Red Sox, will dig in. 294 hitter entering today. leading the club with 8 walks. Righty on lefty matchup, first pitch, taken low for a ball. Ashford, a guy that you just love to see in that leadoff spot. Doesn't hit for a ton of power. Great contact hitter, though, and finds a way to get on base. Griffith sets. 1-0 fastball, a little bit low.
Yeah, one thing about Ashford is, he started out a temp guy for us, and he really started the season really strong and really proved he deserves to be out here. So props to him.
He started pretty much every game for the Red Sox in that top spot. It's a great point, earning his spot. 2-0, fastball lays off of it at eye level. It's a temporary contract, and that's got to mean so much, playing in the most prestigious summer league across the country to earn your way onto a team, and he's making the most of his summer for sure. 3-0 count on Ashford. Here's the pitch. Fastball right down Main Street for a strike, 3-1.
Yeah, I can't speak for Ashford, but it seems like, he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. You come in as a temp guy, and you know yourself that you belong out here, so it's just proving it to everyone else.
Fresno State product in the lefty box, 3-1. Fastball hangs high. YD with a base runner, 1 away. Ashford just doing what he does best.
Absolutely. Like you said earlier, I think he leads the team in walks. Is that correct?
That is correct. Look at that.
I'm learning.
Learning quickly, too. This might have to become a regular thing. Or maybe on the weekends. The game was a Sunday game, right?
Yeah. So maybe this will just be a weekend thing, make a little appearance.
Once a weekend, Jacob Jordan on the air. We're going to get like twice the listenership for it.
You never know. Maybe I have some fans.
1 out, 1 on. Hamilton in the box. Takes low for ball 1. There's got to be some fans. Any family listening around the country?
Mom's on for sure. Mom's definitely hearing this, so she's got to be a fan. I feel like she doesn't have a choice.
Where's Mom listening from?
Cartersville, Georgia.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Little far away from here. Snap throw over to first, and the ball gets away from the first baseman. Franklin goes out of play. Ashford will take second base. Runner in scoring position for the Red Sox. Still a 1-0 count on David Hamilton, who's 0 for 2 today. Strikeout swinging in the first. Struck out looking to begin the 6th inning, and walked and scored in the 4th. And you talk about speed. Ashford's got it at second. No one faster on this team, though, than the guy at the plate in David Hamilton, the Texas Longhorn.
I'm going to go a step farther and say on the field, honestly. His speed is that good.
1-0 pitch to Hamilton, a fastball and a hard grounder into the second baseman gloves. Massey throws over to first. Not in time. Hamilton aboard. Runners at the corners with 1 away. And right when we are talking about the speed of Hamilton, he shows it off there, a hard hit ball, and he lugs it out down the line.
Absolutely. And he hit it the right direction, right at the second baseman. Second baseman had to dive towards the bag, so that always helps. But for sure, the speed helped him get there.
Can you think of a better guy you'd want at the plate right now? And trailing by 2, runners at the corners?
There's not one. It's him.
Andrew Dashbach. Some are calling him Andrew Smashbach, at least in the YD media team. First pitch to Andrew. He waits on it and drills it right back up the middle for a base hit. An RBI single for Dashbach. He's into first. Scooting all the way from first to third goes Hamilton. Just like that, we got a 1-run ball game at Stony Brook.
Smashbach. There you go. Hard hit ball.
He was sitting right on that first pitch. Looked like he got some off speed. Found the right hole. RBI single for Andrew Dashbach. And Whitey just within a run now. And another good hitter at the plate in Quinn Cotton. Still runners at the corners. 1 away in the top of the 7th. Grand Canyon kid batting from the right side against the righty, Owen Griffith. First pitch. Fastball connects for a strike.
Yeah, Quinn, there's one thing you can say about him is no matter where he is on the field, what the situation is, he is hustling 24/7, giving it his all. So that's a great thing to have in a player.
Great characteristic and guy that gets on base quite a bit. 0-1 pitch to Cotton. He nubs it off his foot, and it trickles foul. Maybe not off his foot. Sure looked like it. Luckily, the ball trickled to the left of the line. Just goes as a strike, 0-2 on Cotton. Dashbach still on first. Hamilton over at third. It's not going to take a whole lot to bring him in from third base. Anything hit within the infield, especially to the right side or to the outfield, is probably bringing in this tying run.
The biggest thing is staying out of the double play right here, though. Double play can just kill the momentum. So that'd be the biggest thing. I think if you can get a ball in the outfield, maybe a little sac fly going, I think that's the best route.
6-5 lead for the Whitecaps. 0-2 count, 1 out. Pitch to Cotton. He waits on it and lofts it into foul territory, out of play to the right side. Staying alive. Not really hitting for contact right there, just protecting his at-bat.
Absolutely. Got to protect. Going down with a strikeout right there with 1 out, that would really hurt the chances of scoring.
Owen Griffith, the 6'1 righty on the bump. Clemson Tiger facing Cotton. 0-2 pitch. He skies this one out to shallow right field. Coming on is Alejo, and it's the second baseman, Massey, who catches it. Hamilton trying to score, runs around the tag, touches home, and he's safe. And the game is tied. The sac fly from Quinn Cotton and some creativity down the line from Hamilton to tie us at 6.
You know you're fast when you have the confidence to literally tag up on a pop-up. Like that ball, I don't think there's anyone else on the field that would tag up in that situation, but he knows he's fast enough.
Donovan tried to go down the third base line just a little bit, give himself a better chance when that throw was coming in. And Hamilton ran all the way around, missing the catcher entirely. Little toe tap on home, and it's a fresh new ball game in the 7th. Dashbox still on first, 2 outs. Reese Albert at the plate. Griffith sets, first pitch, fastball, nicked foul to the backstop. Shows a lot about this team's character to fight back from down 6 runs early on in this ball game.
Absolutely shows their character and just how explosive they are on the offensive side of the ball. Like Brandon said earlier, it's unlimited the amount of runs they can rattle off at any given moment.
Dashbach off of first base. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Albert. He lines it foul, tailing down the left side over the bullpen for the Whitecaps, and it's 0-2 on Albert. Having a productive day at the plate once again. 2 for 3 with a single and a double, but he's been stranded at third in both the 4th and the 6th innings. Protecting now with 2 away in the top of the 7th, 6-6 between the Whitecaps and the Red Sox. Griffith sets, 0-2, off speed, wave and a miss. Albert goes down swinging, but not before the Red Sox tie it up with 2 more runs, 6-6, as we go to the home half of the 7th. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Also, thanks to Bob.com for the dessert. Coca-Cola Bowling of Cape Cod thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles for cans and all other recyclable materials. It takes only 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap. The colossal lobster rolls are back at the 99 restaurant. Visit today in Centerville, Falmouth, Mashpee, Wareham, or Ghana for the best value for lobster rolls on the Cape. The 99 proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new pitcher on the mound from Western Carolina, number 17, Tristan Baker.
Fresh new ball game in Brewster, Massachusetts. YD has battled its way all the way back to tie it up at 6 apiece as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Whitecaps coming up to bat to face a new pitcher for the Red Sox. It's Tristan Baker, the lefty from Western Carolina.
And Baker has been absolutely electric for the Red Sox this year, coming in late game situations. He's already got 3 saves and 18 strikeouts in 15 innings, so he's really been efficient.
That ERA just over 2.3. 1 victory to his name. Came against the Gatemen in game 2 of that double header. He faces Hunter Bishop now to begin the 7th. Lefty winds and fires a fastball, connecting for a strike on the outer third. Baker's got great control of that heat. He can place it. Working against the lefty Bishop here, who's 1 for 2 with a single. Baker into the motions, comes home, wave and a miss from Bishop, swinging out of his shoes. Quickly, 0-2.
Absolutely. And Baker, you know, he's not physically intimidating, but he definitely has a presence on the mound.
Just 5'11", 185 on the bump. Lefty from the windup, 0-2 fastball, hangs just high. Could tell Bishop thought about offering at it. Thought better. It's a ball and 2 strikes with no outs, no one on base in the bottom of the 7th. 6-6 between the Red Sox and the Whitecaps. 1-2 pitch from Baker. Off speed, and Bishop drills this one out to deep right center field, sending Ashford back to the warning track, and he's got it just in front of the flagpole. A loud first out in the 7th inning.
That was for sure a big league fly ball. That one got way up there. I think if we were in Yarmouth right now, that ball might have been going.
Friendly confines at Red Wilson, just 352. 400 to dead center here at Stony Brook. 315 down the left, 321 down the right field line. Definitely some opportunity, especially for a guy like this. Cam Eden hit 2 homers against the Red Sox back on Tuesday. Shows bunt and puts one down, and it rolls just a little bit foul, touching the grass. Dyer to pick it up, goes as a foul ball. 0-1 on Eden. 0 for 2 today, had that big sac fly back in the first inning, but guy that's only hit 2 home runs, and they came back in that offensive explosion that we saw back at Red Wilson, 12-10, back and forth ball game, and saw 6 home runs.
6 home runs for sure. A crazy day for both offenses, and as a fan, you have to love that.
Was a lot of fun, especially to see Quintana and Zubia go yard for the first time. Get the monkey off their backs. 1 away, Baker into the motions, 0-1 pitch. That's drilled, but foul towards the Red Sox bullpen down the right side. 0-2 count on the shortstop for the Whitecaps, Cam Eden.
You know, he tried to bunt for a hit his first time, and then this time, obviously, swinging. I think if you're going to bunt for a hit, you have to get it down the first time. Otherwise, you know, you've shown your hand.
Infield at normal depth, and the 0-2 is drilled out to shallow center field. Dunks in for a base hit. Cam Eden aboard as that one falls in front of Ashford, a single with 1 out. Whitecaps get a base runner here in the 7th inning, and Joe Donovan will come to the plate.
Yep, just textbook line drive to right, and that's what you look for. Hopefully, they're hoping to get an inning started for them, so that's the way to do it.
See if Eden tries to move his way from first to second. Good speed, 3 of 4 attempts so far this summer. Was 6 of 9 at UCal Berkeley this past spring. Donovan at the dish. Baker's first offering, a fastball right down the middle for a strike. Getting ahead of the catcher now for the Whitecaps, who replaced Brendan Martirano back in the middle innings. Short lefty Baker leans in for the signs from Dyer. Likes it and deals the 0-1. That's a strike as well on the outer third. 0-2 on the catcher for the Whitecaps with 1 out and a runner on first.
Yep, just caught the black right there, and that's a great pitch.
Now he's in the driver's seat. Opportunities against Donovan. Ahead in the count, 0-2. Baker will look over at first, set to the belt, and deals. Fastball, swing and a miss, high and away, strike 3. Baker gets him to go down by way of the K, and there's 2 down.
That just didn't look like he was sitting high fastball right there. I think he definitely got fooled.
From Stanford, the DH, Brandon Wolf.
First strikeout of the inning for Tristan Baker. Now there's 2 away. Brandon Wolf will stride up. Runner on first still is Cam Eden, singling the lone hit that Baker has to his tab at the moment. Lefty on, righty matchup. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball that falls low inside. Dyer moving right to left to keep it in front of him.
Yeah, Dyer's a great receiver back there. Really, really good defensive catcher.
Had a little bit of problems earlier on in the season, but he switched up his stance, and it's worked wonders. 1-0 pitch to Wolf. Breaking ball that falls into the strike zone to even the count up at 1-1. What makes Baker so talented as a reliever?
I think it's part of his mentality, honestly. When he gets on the mound, like I said earlier, he has a presence, and he's up there to do his job.
Lefty with a 1-1 count on Wolf. Tosses over to first base. Dashbot catches. No tag applied on Eden. Trying to keep him honest. Mentioned the 3 stolen bases already on the summer for the shortstop for the Whitecaps, who takes a 2 or 3 step lead off of first base. Dashbot holding him on. 1-1 pitch is a pop-up on the infield. Dashbot creeping down the first base line, and he's got it to retire the side. A fish bump for Baker, and that will do it. We're through 7 full innings at Stony Brook Field, a 6-6 ball game with darkness falling. We go to the top of the 8th. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
We have a $10 gift card for Brewster Wine and Spirits at Foster Square, 122588. And now a gift card from Crocker Nurseries right here in Brewster, 125832. Gift certificate for 2 from Cape Cod Museum of Natural History. Ticket number is 122140. We have a gift certificate for 1 large pizza from Brewster Pizza House. 091838. Gift card for 1 round of mini golf for 4 people from the Harbor Lights Mini Golf in Brewster. 125886. Ready to eat lobster dinner from the Orleans Seafood Market. 120108. We have a Hyannis Harbor Cruise for 2 thanks to Highline. 091771. We have a Cape Cod Canal Cruise for 2 thanks to Highline, 122464. We have a round trip for 2 on a high-speed ferry from Hyannis to Nantucket thanks to the Steam Trim Authority, 126358. And for half the money, 122846. And thank you for supporting the Brewster Whitecaps.
Top of the 8th inning, and what's turning into a gorgeous Saturday afternoon, turning towards evening. A 6-6 ball game between the Red Sox and the Whitecaps. Dana Gray alongside Jacob Jordan. Thanks so much for tuning in, spending part of your weekend with us as YD has rallied their way back. Trailed 6-0 after 2. Now a 6-6 ball game. Griffith back out on the bump, faces Waddell to begin the inning, who flies the first pitch foul out of play. Waddell, a utility guy out of Georgia Tech that's been put into some big spots for the Red Sox defensively and in the lineup. Come up clutch on a few occasions. Working here in the top of the 8th. 0-1 pitch. He swings this one on the ground to Massey at second, up with it over to first in time for the first out of the 8th.
Yeah, I think now's the time offensively to get something going for the Red Sox. Obviously, last time they played the Brewster Whitecaps, darkness was a problem. So going into the 8th, I think right now is when you have to make your move for the lead.
That's a great point, Jacob. We saw the home plate umpire Bill Fisher talking with Jamie Shevchik and Scott Pickler in that last break, probably prepping them for an even lengthier discussion to come. We are only in the top of the 8th, 7:40 on the East Coast. Still some decent sunlight. Zuby at the plate. First pitch, wave and a miss. Bottom dropped out of that one from Griffith, who gave up the 2 runs in the 7th. Sack fly from Quinn Cotton that brought in David Hamilton to tie this game at 6. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Zubia. Lays off of his, it bounces off of home plate over the netting, which skies all the way up over the press box. That one rolling towards the playground. That's one of the crazier bounces I've ever seen.
I can honestly say I've never seen that happen and probably never will again.
Well, I'm glad I was here with you while we saw it.
Yeah, that's rare. Enjoyed that.
1 out, 1-1 count. Here's the pitch to Zubia. Fastball at the letters. 2 balls and 1 strike. Nick Quintana on deck. Base paths empty in the top of the 8th inning. Owen Griffith trying to work out of this inning. Give the Whitecaps a chance. 2-1 fastball trails low. 3 balls and 1 strike on Zubia, a guy that's got some pop, but right now, Whitey, they just want a base runner.
Absolutely. And obviously, if you get a base runner that trots around all 3 bases at one time, that's the situation you want. But you'll take 1 base runner in this situation. Just one's all it takes.
Zubia, the righty, facing the righty. Owen Griffith on the bump. 3-1 pitch. Fastball that's outside for ball 4. Zach Zubia works a 1-out walk. Whitey with that base runner. And just as quickly as Zubia touches first base, he takes off the helmet, chucks it to Johnny DeLuca, comes on to pinch run, put a little more speed on the pass for Whitey, sensing that there's a chance we might only play 8 innings here at Stony Brook. So DeLuca now on first base after Zubia walks and Nick Quintana at the plate in a big spot. Jamie Shevchik to make the stroll across the third base line towards the pitcher's mound, and looks like we're going to get a change from the Whitecaps bullpen. Whitey starting to threaten here in the top of the 8th inning. 6-6 the score between the Red Sox and the Whitecaps. We'll get you all the details you need on the other side of the break. You're listening to Whitey Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Folks, we have a pitching change for Brewster Whitecaps. Wearing number 29 from Xavier, Connor Gramus.
Eighth inning continuing, 1 away and a runner on for the Red Sox in a 6-6 ball game between Whitey and Brewster. A new pitcher on the bump for the hometown Whitecaps. A switch player, Connor Gramus, will come in for appearance number 5. Batting .243, but he has an ERA at 6.23. Just 4 1/3 innings pitched, facing Quintana with 1 out and DeLuca off his first. First pitch, fastball right down the middle for a strike. More often than not, seeing more guys that are playing, both doing pitching, hitting at the plate. Gramus doing both here for the Whitecaps in the 2018 summer. Sets just above the chest. 0-1 on the way. Buried in the dirt. Peel down the first base line. And the first base umpire, Sam Finn, says that Quintana went around. Tough break for Nick. He'll have to protect here, down 0-2.
Not the situation you want to be in right here, but hopefully he can still get the bat on the ball and do some damage.
Gramis, the junior from Xavier, working here in the 8th inning, looks over at DeLuca at first. Ready's the 0-2 offering. Here it comes. Bounces past the glove of Donovan. DeLuca scooting into second base. 1-2 count now, but a costly error from the righty reliever.
That's twice in 2 innings. We've seen some pretty crazy bounces on the breaking ball.
So now all it would take would be a single from Quintana probably to bring in this go-ahead run. And Jacob, you brought it up smartly a little while ago that there's a chance we might only play 8 innings here. Darkness starting to fall. Full field in shadows now. Still a good crowd, though, coming out to see the conclusion of this one between the Red Sox and the Whitecaps. Already 1-2 count on Quintana. DeLuca a lead off of second with 1 away. Gramis, the righty, deals the 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Quintana goes down swinging for the 3rd time this afternoon. Caught him with a breaking ball, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, and you're going to see Vito Freesia right here for Matt Dyer. Big pinch hitting spot for him.
Vito Freesia will bat from the right side, pinch hitter. YD Red Sox superfan Gary Wilson doesn't care about your mistakes. He's going to let you know about it. And right now he's cheering on Vito Freesia, hoping that he can plate this go-ahead run for the Red Sox. 6-6 in the 8th. 2 outs. DeLuca off of second. A pinch runner for Zach Zubia. He walked with 1 out. A big walk picked off of Owen Griffin. Vito Freesia, the Hofstra kid. Big boy batting from the right side with 2 outs, still awaiting his first pitch. A .353 average through just 17 plate appearances. Gramis, the righty from Xavier. Ready's the first pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss from Freesia. A big cut there on the fastball from Gramis.
Vito's a guy who's had a lot of success in pinch hitting situations for the Red Sox this year, so don't be surprised if he can come up clutch again.
1 RBI. Would love to pick up number 2 in that category with DeLuca off of second. Gramis glances back at second. Now deals home the 0-1. A fastball missing inside that pushes Freesia off the plate. A ball and a strike on the catcher for the Red Sox.
Going to be really interesting to see what happens if Vito were to just walk and not advance DeLuca at second.
Ashford stands on deck for the moment. 2 outs. Tie 6-6 here in the top of the 8th. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Gets away from the catcher. Donovan through the legs. Over to third base goes DeLuca. Now the Red Sox just 90 feet away from the lead.
Absolutely. Big spot right here for both Vito and the pitcher. It can go either way at this point, and this will probably decide the game because of darkness.
2 pass balls have advanced Johnny DeLuca from first to second, now second to third, 90 feet away from a Red Sox lead. 2-1 count on Freesia. Gramis sets and deals a fastball connecting on the outer third for a strike. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Red Sox hoping for victory number 13. Whitecaps for number 5. 2 outs. DeLuca down the third baseline. 2-2 pitch to Freesia. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Vito goes down, and Connor Gramis gets out of the jam. Still tied as we go to the home half of the 8th inning. Whitecaps coming up to bat. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the 8th inning at Stony Brook Field. Red Sox 6, Whitecaps 6, and Ryan Nelson in to pitch for Scott Pickler. Vito Freeshow will be doing the catching for him. Dana Gray alongside Jacob Jordan having a ball here right behind home plate in Brewster, Mass, and we've seen a great one so far. Thanks so much for tuning in. And Jacob, Ryan, the right guy to have out here in a situation with darkness coming on. Not sure if we can play past this 8th inning, and Scott Pickler, he's not messing around with Nelson.
Absolutely. As a hitter, this is not the guy that you want to face in this situation. Velo 93 to 95, and he has been an absolute dude out of the bullpen for the YD Red Sox this year.
6'4", 190 on the bump out of Oregon, making appearance number 6, an ERA at 4.5, pitched 8 innings, 10 strikeouts, 5 walks. It'll be the first time that he sees the Whitecaps, and it's the bottom of the order to start things off in Christian Molfetta, third baseman tonight for the Whitecaps. In the bottom of the 8th, 6-6 ball game. Whitecaps scored 5 in the first, 1 in the second, led 6-0 going into the middle innings. Red Sox scored 2 runs in the 4th, 6th, and 7th to not us even. Nelson, the long windup, fires home. First pitch swinging is Molfetta, and he skies it foul out of play over our heads. 0-1 on the third baseman for the Whitecaps out of Stanford. Just a 118 hitter. Trying to provide Brewster with a base runner here in the bottom of the 8th. Nelson, the leg kick. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Connects for a strike on the outer third. 0-2. That's just nasty, Jacob, when he can pull you on that.
Yeah, that slider is not a toy. It does some serious damage, and it is a real weapon for him.
And it sets it up for the fastball if he wants it from the windup. 0-2 pitch. Fastball buried in the dirt. Ball and 2 strikes. No outs. No one on base in the bottom of the 8th inning. Tie ball game at 6 between YD and Brewster. Molfetta at the plate. Nelson, the righty, from the windup. 1-2. Breaking ball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Nelson gets him to go down by way to the K, and there's 1 away. That's just nasty stuff from the reliever from Oregon.
Yeah, that slider, like I said, it's a real weapon, and he'll go to it a lot and blends well with the 93 to 95 mile an hour fastball.
Gets Molfetta swinging for the first out. Now Dominic Canzone bats from the left side. First pitch from Nelson, fastball on the outer third for a strike. You mentioned topping up around 93, 95. Seen a ton of scouts hawk behind home plate when Nelson's throwing. 0-1 pitch. Another fastball this low at the shoelaces to even the count up at a ball and a strike.
Absolutely. You said about the scouts. He is for sure someone they're looking at with an arm like that.
About to go into his junior year at Oregon. So plays a little shortstop as well. Sets at the belt. 1-1 pitch. Cut on and laced, but foul over to the left side.
Call me crazy, but with his fastball and his slider, I think pitcher may be the role moving on.
Yeah, I'd have to think so. I think Nelson has come to that conclusion, and a smart decision at that. He's been eating up these Cape hitters. Already has 1 strikeout, looking for number 2 here. 1-2 pitch, just fought off foul. Getting a piece of it is Canzone to stay alive. Batting from the left side, already struck out twice today. 2 for 4 with a couple of singles. Struck out looking and then struck out swinging. Both against Tyler Madrigal. 1 away, bases empty in the bottom of the 8th. 1-2 pitch. Placed on the outside corner, called strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Ryan Nelson, and there's 2 outs in the 8th.
Yeah, he set him up right there with a high fastball and then broke him with a slider right in the middle of the zone, and it worked perfect.
Not much you can do about that as a hitter, and it'll be up to Ray Alejo to salvage something in the bottom of the 8th for the Whitecaps. 6 runs off of 6 hits for the Red Sox. 6 off of 11 for the Whitecaps. They've stranded a few. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch, fastball, fouled off the helmet of Freesia. Strike one for Nelson.
If Nelson were to get this out, I'm having a hard time believing they couldn't play a ninth inning. It's still pretty bright outside.
Well, we saw back on June 19th a 4-4 tie between the Red Sox and the Whitecaps. That went through 9 innings, though. Was called due to darkness around this 8 o'clock hour. Nelson into the motions. 0-1, drops it in for a strike, pulled the strings, and he's had nothing to do.
Slider working again for him.
See if he goes back to that. Tries to get him with the heat. Alejo at the plate from the right side. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Nelson. Is a bounding grounder towards Quintana. He's got it. Throws on the run. Just in time. Dashbach with the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Nelson. 1-2-3. Go the Whitecaps. 2 Ks for the righty. And we go to the top of the 9th inning. You're listening to YD Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Let the boys play. It's safe. Clean. Third. Let the boys play. We're not suspended. You're suspended.
Gabe Schwartzman now at third
Who's over
base.
that hole? Seven. I remember my first beer.
We play on into the 9th inning at Stony Brook Field. Red Sox 6, Whitecaps 6. In the top of the order due up for YD to face Connor Grammis back out for his 2nd inning of work. Struck out Quintana and Vito Freesia to end the top of the 8th inning. Nelson sends down Brewster 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 8th. Now the Red Sox with a chance to take their first lead of the evening. Defensive substitution for Brewster. Gage Workman in there to man the hot corner. Christian Malfetta's evening is done. Ashford, Hamilton, and Dashbach expected. Caught to follow if anyone can get on base. Grammis, the righty, from the windup, fires home a fastball, and Ashford swings at it past Franklin. Throw over to first is not in time. Pulling the catcher, Grammis, off of first base. Ashford aboard. Couldn't have asked for a better start to the inning.
Absolutely not. Exactly what you want to happen. Ashford comes through again big, and the ground ball, it's kind of, it's not exactly routine, so I think that played in his favor.
Franklin, the first baseman, had a range to his right. It got past him. Second baseman Massey was backing him up. And by that whole time, Ashford was already scampering down the line. So no outs in the top of the 9th. 6-6. Ashford now on first base, and David Hamilton, the shortstop for the Red Sox, will dig in. Looking down the third base line to get the signs from third base coach Scott Pickler.
And it is bunting conditions. Hamilton, as fast as he is, the situation, don't be surprised if he goes for bunt right here.
Third baseman Workman all the way up on the infield grass. First pitch fastball misses well outside. So Workman expecting the bunt from the lefty Hamilton. Ashford on first base aboard with the infield single to begin the 9th inning. No outs, and Connor Grammis has to work off of another base runner. Glances over his shoulder at first. Ashford a slight lead. Setting at the chest. Deals the 1-0. Foul tipped back by Hamilton. Bit of a late swing. Gets some contact, and it's a ball and a strike.
Really kind of surprised he hasn't squared around yet, honestly. Ashford has speed as well, so we'll see what happens.
Ashford on first base, 3 of 6. stolen base attempts so far this summer. Held on by Franklin. 1-1 pitch to Hamilton. Fastball high and away. He lays off of it. 2 balls and a strike to the Texas Longhorn, who's got great speed, and Andrew Dashbach stands on deck. Already a productive afternoon for him. 2 hits, including that RBI single back in the 7th. Grammis, the righty, looks over at first at Ashford. Now deals home the 2-1. This one popped up high, but it'll get out of play over to the left side into the trees. 2 balls and 2 strikes on David Hamilton. Last time up, hit an infield single in the 7th and came around to score, and it's just turned into a weapon for this Red Sox offense.
Absolutely. Really need to stay out of the double play here, especially with someone like Dashbach on deck. So having a runner in scoring position with that kind of power could be really beneficial coming up.
Grammis, the 6'2 righty, setting on the first base side of the rubber. Ashford off of first. 2-2 pitch to Hamilton. He drives this one out into deep left field. Ganzone going back a few feet from the wall, makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Ashford will have to retreat back, and there's 1 away.
A little bit of wind, and that one might have been out of here. For sure got a hold of that ball.
Some of the best contact we've seen Hamilton get all year, but it goes as an F7. And Andrew Dashbach will come to the plate with 1 out now. Ashford still on first. Really tough for Zach to get any sort of lead. Franklin holding him on. It's just been about 5 feet off the first base bag for that entire Hamilton at bat.
Yeah, they do not want him to get a head start if Smashbach were to knock one into the gap right here.
Andrew, the Stanford kid, batting from the righty side. Awaiting the first pitch from Grammis. Here it is, a fastball well upstairs and inside. Pushes Dashbach back. 1-0 count with 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. Red Sox 6 unanswered runs to bring us even at Stony Brook Field.
Crazy how they've rebounded after the start they got off to.
Showing a lot of character on this Saturday. 1-0 to Dashbach. Another fastball that hangs high. 2-0 the count on Andrew. Guy who's having a phenomenal summer for the Red Sox. 328 hitter. Now 22 hits. He's got those 3 homers to lead the way for the Red Sox. 10 runs batted in. That leads the club as well.
Really not an ideal situation for Brewster right here, because if you put Dashbach on, then Quinn's up. So
power in the middle of the lineup. The 2-0. That outside. 3 straight balls issued to Andrew Dashbach. Ashford still on first base, hitting that infield single to get the 9th inning going for the Red Sox. David Hamilton, a deep fly out, a loud one to the left fielder Canzone for the first out of the inning. Dashbach trying to extend it. 3-0 upstairs and away, ball 4. Ashford was going. He would have taken second easily, but now there's 2 aboard with 1 out, and Quinn Cotton coming up to the plate, trying to give the Red Sox the lead.
With Ashford's speed, it's not going to take much. I think a base hit to right, and we're going to have the lead.
Catcher Joseph Donovan out of the crouch to go have a conversation with Connor Grammis. Switch player for the Whitecaps. Making his 5th pitching appearance, a 1-0 record, 6.23 ERA. Entered the ballgame in the 8th, gave up 1 walk, collected 2 strikeouts to get out of trouble. Now he's in some more in the top of the 9th, 6-6 ball game. Ashford on second, Dashbach on first, Quinn Cotton at the plate. Grammis sets, first pitch. That gets away off the glove of Donovan. Both runners will advance a station. Now the Red Sox can score a run with collecting an out.
Absolutely helps a lot right there, because you're out of the double play pretty much with Dashbach on second. So that was big.
Cotton can get something into the outfield. Ashford will most likely try and score, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Whitecaps put on Cotton. It looks exactly what they're going to do. Donovan up and out of the crouch, catches ball 2 well outside. You like this decision, Jacob?
Honestly, I don't really agree with it, because you have Reese Albert on deck, and he's been hot today. So really, it's a lose-lose situation for them, really. I mean, you're facing the heart of the order.
3-0 count now. Only formalities. Ball 4 issued. Cotton will take first base Reese Albert will climb in with the bases loaded and just one out. It does open the double play back up for this Brewster defense, a group that is last in the league in fielding percentage at .950. They've committed 43 errors. Now we'll try and turn a double play, hopefully, to keep this at a tie ball game.
With the infield in, hard ground ball is going to keep us out of the double play, hopefully.
First pitch to Albert, and that nicked him on the hand. Home plate umpire Bill Fisher pointing at first base. Albert will take first the painful way, but Zach Ashford touches home, and the Red Sox have their first lead of the ball game.
Hey, that's an RBI, and I'm sure at the end of the day, after his hand stops hurting, he'll take it.
Albert, a ginger walk down to the first base line, but the Red Sox take the lead finally, 7-6, now 7 unanswered. Jamie Shevchik out of the Brewster dugout, having a conversation with Scott Pickler and the third base coach, Jeff Kinney. We're here in the top of the 9th inning. Red Sox have just taken a 7-6 lead with 1 out. Bases are still loaded. Luke Waddell's waiting to plate, but it's 8:07 on the East Coast, and darkness is falling. Jamie Shevchik will walk towards home plate, and the game has been called. It reverts back to the 8th inning, so it will end as a tie ball game, 6-6. That will do it from Stony Brook Field. For the second time this year, the Red Sox and the Whitecaps tie a ball game here at Stony Brook. A brutal point for the Red Sox to have to settle for, Jacob.
Absolutely. I feel bad for Reese Albert. You know, you wear one for your team and you get the run across, and then it's taken away from him immediately after.
I'm only assuming here, Scott Pickler doesn't seem happy, but Jamie Shevchik came out of the dugout right after the Red Sox scored that go-ahead run. And YD will have to settle for the lone point. Red Sox do have points now in 5 straight ball games. They've been doing phenomenal. And Jacob, still a big point to come away with. Yes, you do get the win, or at least you think you're in line for the win at the top of the 9th inning. But to rally from 6 down after just 2 innings of play and to come away with a point, that's something that you can hang your hat on.
It is. But again, you fight all the way back. Don't allow a run for 7 innings and take the lead in the 9th. It's a hard pill to swallow to lose this game, or tie this game, rather.
It surely is, but a point is a point. The Red Sox improved to 12-6-4, pick up point number 28 on the summer. They still have now a 5-point gap for first place in the East. The Whitecaps improved to 5-16-3. They pick up point number 11. Red Sox back in action tomorrow afternoon at Red Wilson Field. A special night as YD hosts the Chatham Anglers. A great celebration in honoring Officer Gannon to ensue tomorrow at Red Wilson Field. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be on the air a little bit before 5 o'clock as the Red Sox and the Anglers do battle at Red Wilson. But for now, for Brandon Pelter, for Jacob Jordan, I'm Dana Gray saying so long from Stony Brook Field. The final 6-6, a tie ball game after 8 due to darkness. Stony Brook gets us once again.